Super Saiyan, okay? Yeah? Oh. Ha! Ha! Ha!
I saw the leg shake. I thought it was real.
Yeah.
The aura. The aura.
Arigato. Thank you. Arigato. Thank you. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports. Ito pong nakikita nyong video is ang workout ni Nonito Donaire dito sa Maynila bago siya lumipad papuntang Japan. Hindi po natin ito nailabas ng kompleto. Pero ngayon po, magkakaroon po kayo ng oportunidad na makita ang shadow boxing ni Nonito Donaire. Ito po pagkatapos ng kanyang mga sparring sessions, 12 rounds po ang sparring sessions, at dito po sa same day na ito na sparring niya ay may pinabaksak siyang isang ka-sparring mate na professional boxers. Magaling din po at talagang bumaksak, nakatawan po niya. Dito po yan nangyari. Ito po, pinapakita po ni Nonito Donaire na meron pa rin siyang energy at stamina even after a hard sparring. Talagang yung sparring niya, talagang bigay todo yung mga kalaban niya. Talagang sugod, binibigyan siya ng malalakas na suntok at sasabihin ko sa inyo mismo, nakatanggap dito ng suntok itong si Nonito Donaire. Tinamaan din siya ng mga solid punches. Pero sabi naman niya, pag sparring talagang doon talaga siya naghahanap ng mga ibang style ng butas at saka nag-risk. Kasi gusto niyang malaman kung paano niya gagawin sa totoong laban. At nasubukan din ang katawan at ang mukha nito ni Nonito Donaire. At higit sa lahat, nasubukan yung lakas niya. Talagang namilipit sa sakit yung kalaban niya, ang kasparing mate niya after nakatanggap ng suntok sa katawan. So ito po, pinapakita po natin yung bilis at lakas dito sa shadow boxing. Siyempre, hindi naman talaga makikita dito, pero kikita nyo naman na talagang may stamina pa siya even after 12 rounds. Kaya ito, malakas ang pakiramdam namin na kayang-kaya niyang pabaksakin itong si Inoue kung matamaan niya si Inoue ng isang solid punch sa katawan. Yan po, pinapakita lang natin at wish him luck. Marami tayong mga interview ni Nonito Donaire. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, konti pa lang yung views puntahan nyo na. Nandiyan po yan lang sa video section ng Powcast Sports YouTube channel. At huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe at mag-comment ng suporta lagi-lagi dito kay Nonito Donaire. At yun po yung tatay niya, ang kanyang partner ngayon dito. At Powcast Sports binigyan ng oportunidad na mapanood siya sa kanyang huling araw ng training dito sa Maynila. Good luck sa iyo, Nonito Donaire. November 7, bakbaka na. Nonito Donaire versus Inoue. Good luck, pare.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Alright, Nonito Donaire Senior. Sir,
Powcast Sports.
dito tayo sa training camp ni Nonito Donaire Junior. Kumusta po ang masasabi niyo sa training niya?
Maganda itong pinakita sa final phase ng kanyang training. Yung 12 rounds niya ay talagang hindi mo nakitang nahihirapan sa paghinga. Nakikita mo naman na parang relax na siya. Medyo naiinitan pero hindi mo nakitang humihinga ng mahirap. So magandang magandang natingnan sa tao na hindi ka nahirapan huminga sa laban.
So, ibig sabihin, well prepared siya
Well
sa laban
prepared
niya
na,
dito
well
kay
prepared
ano.
na.
Gano'n ka-importante ba sa tingin niyo po, sir, sa yung laban nito na darating kay Inoue? Kasi ang daming nakasalalay dito, pati Ali Trophy. Gano'n ka-importante kay ano to?
Malaking importante sa kanya, malaking bagay to dahil isa nga malaking underdog siya sa laban na to. Kaya makita mo siyang motivated, talagang motivated siya sa laban. Kaya saka pag sinabi mong Ali Trophy, isang ano yan sa pangalan ni Ali na nakasalalay doon, kaya ito ang isa ring pinagano na madagdag sa mga accomplishment niya.
Hindi ba, sir, parang dahil sa Japan ang laban, taga-Japan yung kalaban nyo, okay lang ba yun?
Okay lang naman kasi hindi mo naman masasabi na dayaan kasi si Nonito naman hindi mo mano na tumatakbo sa laban. At saka matalino siya, nagiging more smarter siya sa pagiging niya, matured na siya sa laban. Kaya ang lang niya magaling maghanap ng opening. Magaling maglanding ng mga punches.
Sabi ni sir, ni Inoue, parang makikipag-boxing daw siya kay Donaire at parang iba yata yung niya, style niya doon. Naniniwala ka ba doon? Hindi daw eh.
Hindi ako doon dahil kung tatakbo siya, mapapagod siya. Mapapagod siya. At saka makikita na sa laban yun. Yun nga, alam ko naman na sino nito talagang ngayon, motivated. So, walang problema sa training. Kaya saka alam ko papasok yung mga suntok niya. Kahit anong bilis ni talagang mahagit yun. Saka hindi naman masasabi na matanda na ito si Nonito eh. Makita mo naman, mas bata yung mga kaspare niya eh. Lumulubog na rin eh.
Lumubog, baksak na yung isa.
Oo nga, bagsak nga.
At 36 years old ba, meron kayong pagkakaiba na ginagawa sa pagte-training niya compared when he was younger?
Ang lang medyo bumabalik nga ngayon eh. Bumabalik yung dati namin kasi sinasabi ko sa kanya, ibalik yung dati mong bilis dahil nakikita ko sa ngayon lumalakad sa rito, nakita ko na pag nag-pressure ka, tuwid yung mga paa mo, dire-diretso ka lang. So yun, ang nakikita mo nang gumagalaw siya side to side, malaking improvement.
Okay, sir, how do you see the fight happening?
By knockout.
Knockout?
By knockout. Hindi, walang to, dahil pagka talagang hahagipin nito.
Okay.
Maliban na lang kung na-jackpotan siya. Yun ang isang doon. Tulad ng nangyayari kay Payano. Kasi nakikita ko sa mga yun, tsaka kay Rodriguez, in-underestimate siya eh. Kung hindi siya in-underestimate, kasi akala nila walang lakas, kaya pinapasok. Hindi mo ginagamit ito, ginagamit mo yung lakas mo, may pagbabagsakan ka. Lahat ng laban mayroong strategy, kahit military, you have to maneuver, mayroon kang strategy. Paano mo babagsakin ang kalaban? Ganun ang boxing. Lahat may strategy.
Okay, sir. Good luck na lang sa laban and last message sir sa mga Filipino, sa mga supporter na suportahan po ang ating kababayan.
Yeah, yung mga kababayan natin diyan na kahit yung ayos nito, suportahan natin, Pilipino tayo.
Oo nga eh.
Huwag tayong bias, basta kung ano man yung nakita nyo, panoorin nyo. Suportahan natin. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you sir. Salamat po.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports.
Ayaw pa pirma.
Powcast Sports.
Inter of house.
Pagpapok na awis mo tama. Wala kang ano. Ako agad.
Si Idol Berhel at saka si Idol dito.
Picture naman.
Oo, sige.
Kadalas kong mga amiga ba?
Papa.
Madala pa isa.
Madala. Isa madala. Sige. Amiga gani. Mata lagi kita kung guwapa. Alang-alang. Bisa giling guwapa. Sige. Thank you, ah.
Makita ka.
Anak.
Pero naman.
Dito ko lang ilagay ano. Ano mang kulay?
Ball.
Anong oras ka malis doon? Baka... Ang dami mong ano, may national bookstore ka ba? May national bookstore ka?
Ang dami ah. Namigli na.
Anong kulay doon?
Ball. Hindi, paulit lang, bayad na yan.
Hindi nabubura yan? Hindi nabubura?
Hindi naman siguro.
Kahit higasan?
Oo.
Dukan akong signature rice.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
WBA IBF 王者井上尚弥選手の公開練習に先立ちまして会見を行わせていただきます。それでは、登壇者は左から井上慎吾で、じゃあ、そして井上尚弥ちゃんで、大橋でいきたい。
はい、お願いします。
それでは、まず会長の方から
はい、大橋ボクシングジムの大橋です。今日はよろしくお願いします。あと13日になりましたけれども、ドネアも来日して、日々緊張感高まっておりますけれども、井上尚弥の方も順調に練習を積んできて、このままの調子でリングに上がってもらって、激しい戦いになると思いますけど、どちらにしろもういい試合になるのは間違いないので、今はもう楽しみがいっぱいです。よろしくお願いします。
それでは、本日の会見はまず記者クラブからの回答質問に行わせていただきます。それでは、井上さん、
はい、
それでは、現在の心境と、コンディションの方いかがでしょうか。
はい、もうそうですね、2週間を切ってもういよいよだなという、自分の中でも、もうようやくここまで来たなという心境ですね。
コンディションの方も、
そうですね、うまく仕上がっていると思います。
以前SNS でここからの1ヶ月は1ミリのズレも許されない決定的に仕上げていたこともありましたが、今のコンディションのお話でここまでの調整が1ミリもずれてないということになりますか。
そうですね、もう毎試合そうですけど、この時期の調整は、かなりうまくやれてるのかなと思うので、ここからと、10日ちょいしっかりとイメージをずらさないように仕上げていきたいです。
今回ちょっと試合のロー、トランクス、シューズ、ガウン、今回の試合用になんか色やデザインなど変えたものがあるかというと、もしもあればその理由というのは。
どうなんですかね、毎回変えてますから、そこに関しては特別思いはないですね。
黒ベース、
そうですね、黒ベースです。
黒ベースを選んでいるのも
感覚と気分とですね。はい、
今回の試合に関して、総的に触れさせずには、しっかりという発言があります。これ、いつもそういうそういった完璧に倒すという一発というのは発言されているとは思いますが、今回の試合は、そういう決着を見せているのか、それともスピードで圧倒して、ラインの多いボクシングを想定しているのか、いいのか。
相手がドネアなんで、そこは実際にリングに上がって感じてみないとわからない部分が多いですけど、どうですかね。そこはなんだろうな、どうしよう。リングに上がってからの感覚でいきたいと思います。
1戦目がやっぱり激闘となったということが出てみれば、やっぱりこの攻撃に勝っていけるという思いは。
そうですね、1戦目そのつもりでしたから、それが2ラウンド目に深いダメージを負ってしまって、そうならなくなったっていうところが自分の中ではすごく悔いに残っている場面ではあるので、今回はそういう試合に1戦目にやろうとしていた試合展開にしたいなと思ってます。
今の2ラウンドその2ラウンドで乱獲の骨折がありましたが、それはアクシデントだったのか、それとも戦い方に修正すべき点があったのか、どちらですか。
アクシデントとは思ってないですけどね、あれはやっぱりドネアの実力で当ててきたパンチなので、 それで自分の、不注意さと、フェイントに引っかかってしまったっていうところがあるので、
そのドネアが体験で、今回は技をしかもモンスターをしかも、前回は力の高い力を現していました。どう受け止め今回として。
それはお互い様だなと思いますし、自分はどんな、罠フェイントがあろうが、全てに対応できる準備はしているので、そこも楽しみにしています。
やりがち、やり取りについてちょっと伺いたいんですけど、今後についての導入と聞いておりまして、半年で、効果が出るものではないということは認識してるんですが、その現時点で、どんな効果が見込めそうで、この試合に立てるんですか。
でも足腰の強さなんかはすごく感じてきてますし、何しろ自分が一番気にしていた腰痛ってものがその弥生さんのトレーニングで、その腰を鍛えることによって腰痛がなくなってきてるんで、そういった面でもすごく効果は出てきてるのかなと思います。そうですね。
今回の試合が一番重要というのを意識しているんですが、最近バンタム級のルールがありまして、今回の試合勝利すれば、実戦はアドラーの4団体統一戦を据えているのか、もしくは4階級制覇を狙いに行く状況次第ということもありますが、そういうことではどうですか。
自分としてはバンタム級での4団体統一をまずは優先して考えていきたいなと思ってます。
今回、試合内容にパウンド・フォー・パウンド1位というのが見えてくるとは思うんですが、パウンド・フォー・パウンド1位、世界の勝負です。そこへの思い。
だから次の試合を、しっかり自分がやりたいボクシングをすれば、そういった評価も後からついてくるのかなと思うので、まずはそこを気にせず自分がやれる最大のパフォーマンスを出したいなと思ってます。
それでは、井上慎吾トレーニング、ここまでのトレーニング状況、スパーリングの状況など、名古屋さんの状態の方どう見てますか。
状態はいいですよ。でスパーリングも毎回大体一緒ですけど、100ちょっとぐらいなると思うんですけど、
今回ドネア選手対戦ということもチームトレーナーからどういった点を想像されていますか。
想像ですか。自分は結構聞かれて答えてるんですけど、自分的にはもう前回しっかり終わっている試合だと思ってて、でドネアがその WBC っていうのを取ったことで、再戦という形になるとは思うんですけど、本当に前回よりもはっきりした形で、もうそこはもう本人もこだわってるんで、うちたちとしては、本当にすっきりした形で、いけるのかなっていう思いはあります。
今回今までの練習を見てきた中で、そこの手応え、自信というのは
ありますね。もうやっぱり本人が意識高いんで、もうそうですね、しっかり仕上げてるんで、
それでは、最初から見て、ここまでのトレーニングでチャンピオンの状態、
一緒で本当にいいと思いますね。で最近やっぱりよく感じるのはその足腰の強さっていうのかな、この下半身からくるパンチの強さっていうのがすごく感じますね。
先頭から見ても、レイガスさんのトレーニング含め、全体的なトレーニングで、さらに、
もうそれだけじゃなく、もう全体的なトレーニングでさらにスケールアップしてる印象を受けてます。スパーリングもやっぱり3年ぶりに海外からスパーリングパートナー呼べてるんで、やはり日本選手にないタイミングのパンチ、フェイント動きしてくるんで、そういうのにも対応できて、すごくやっぱりその点はすごく良かったと思いますね。
コロナ禍のいろんな状況が変わる中で、今回チャンピオンの試合、会長から見てどういった意味ですか。
やっぱりドネアも名古屋に負けてから2連続 KO で、チャンピオンになってるんで、 まあそれでまあすごい覚悟を持ってくると思うんで、こちらも同じ覚悟を持って、迎え撃ちたいと思いますね。はい。
今回試合のプレー、ドラマインサイドそこに対して思い
まあ第一戦でドラマにしてしまったという自分のまあ誤算はありますけど、まあ、今回はそういう試合にはならないと思うので、本当にここですっきりと、まあ、すっきりとした内容で勝って終わらせたいなと思ってます。
一種より見て気持ちいい話っていう言い方ですけど、
はい、
気持ちいいドラマとかも
そうですね、まあ、この先自分が4団体統一4階級制覇するための試合だと思って、はい、自分は挑みます。
今回ドネア選手の来日時、前回と同じドネアという発言がありました。それが経験豊富なレジェンドの発言をどう
まあいろいろ策は練ってきてると思いますし、まあ前回12ラウンド手を合わせて感じた部分っていうのはお互いあると思うので、まあ6月7日はそこをまあどっちが、引き出しの多さを出せるか、感覚的に戦えるか、まあ、そこに限ると思います。
コロナ禍の影響で世界ランカーとの対戦が続いてきました。今回は相手も WBC チャンピオン、モチベーションの方は
そうですね、まあこのコロナ禍での参戦は、まあ、ランカーとの戦いに、なりまして、今回ようやく3団体統一という、大きな節目の試合ができるので、自分の中でもモチベーション高いですし、やっぱりこういう試合で自分は最大限のパフォーマンスが発揮できるタイプだと思っているので、当日本当に自分自身に期待したいと思ってます。
会場は埼玉スーパーリーグ、前回 WBS 決勝で体感されたと思うんですけど、今回同じような環境で試合をするというどんなストラテジーでしたか？
そうですね、埼玉スーパーアリーナでまたドネアとまた日本史上初の3団体統一をかけて戦えるというのは、一瞬運命だと思いますし、そういった、1戦目から含めての流れなどファンの方は見てきていると思うので、そういったところもこう感じながら当日自分たちはいい試合を見せるだけなので、楽しんでほしいなと思ってます。
前回の試合で、ある種のドネア選手が井上選手でやって勝つしたと、またモチベーションが上がって、ボクシングも向上したみたいなコメントがありますが、今回そのドネア選手どういった、試合をどういった思いですか？
だから前回自分との試合で、モチベーションも含め評価も上げてしまったので、今回、自分との戦いを最後にしっかりと花道を作れればなと、自分はそんな思いでリングに上がります。
はい。それでは、会見の方以上です。
ありがとうございます。
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports.
Alright, here we are. Training with Nonito Donaire. Shadow boxing. Preparation for his fight. WBS. Yes, fight against Naoya Inoue. Exclusive here at Powcast. And later today, meron isang sparring session kay Jun Blazo and Glenn Midura. Si Inoue rin po, mga ka-sparring session niya, actually mga Pilipino. Si Albert yata, Paraga, nandun doon sa Japan, tsaka si Genesis Larvania, if I'm not mistaken. This is exclusive shot of his training session here in Alabang. Excited ako sa laban na to. I can only wish I could watch, but I wasn't able to really contact the promoter, so no accreditation. Maybe next year we'll get an opportunity, or next time. But this is one of the biggest fight for Filipino boxers this year. And ang huling balita natin kay Inoue at saka nabasa natin is si Naoya daw, he's gonna try and box Nonito Donaire. Pero si Nonito Donaire is not buying, kumbaga hindi niya pinapaniwalaan yun kasi alam niya itong si Inoue is a fighter, so fighters don't change, and he will fight his style, and style niya pumasok, body punch, yan po ang nabasa natin. So baka lang siguro press release lang ni Inoue yung ganun, and of course Nonito Donaire, the more experienced fighter. And may balita pa kami na at one point si Donaire pa nagbigay ng pointers dito kay Inoue. And very excited. Right now in the Philippines, he's training with his father, si Nonito Donaire Sr. So, alright.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
So, welcome to our interview today. Thank you so much for your time.
それでは、大統領の方をさせていただきます。試合まで約1週間となりました。現在のコンディションと現状の状態を教えてください。
So, how are you? How is your condition? And how is your weight going?
Everything's amazing. We're very, very excited. Everything is great. The weight is amazing. I have no problem at all. And my condition is, I think, the best I've ever had.
コンディション今までないほど最高です。そしてこれまでの滞在も、現状に関してもコンディションも今とても順調にいってます。
前回冬でしたが、今回は5月での日本の調整となります。ここ数日30度近い夏日となってますが、その辺はいかがでしょうか。
Last time you were here, it was winter, and this is the end of May. We're getting into rainy season, but how conditioning going? Weather adjustment.
The time difference, the weather. I mean, everything is good. I've adjusted properly. I mean, we come here to fight, not for the weather. So even if it was snowing, or even if it was everything else, we're here for the fight.
時差、天気、すべて問題ありません。そしてしっかりと調整しています。そして試合をするために来たので、今日が雪であろうと夏であろうと関係ないです。
前回の井上戦後、トレーニングメニューや食事、コンディショニングなど変えたことはありますか？もしもあればその成果を教えてください。
Is there anything you changed, like in your diet or how you train since 2 years ago?
I changed everything, to be better, from diet to training to just everything, the mindset, number one.
Great. So is there anything you can share with us? What aspect of you has been changed?
The biggest part that has changed is my mind, how confident I am coming into this fight, and the desire to win beyond anything.
すべてを変えてきました。食事、トレーニング、そして自分自身のマインドセット、考え方、そういったもののすべてです。で、何か話してくれますか、詳細をと言ったらやはり何かだっていうと精神的な部分が一番変わりました。自信もあるし、勝利への欲があります。
それが先日これまでとは違うドネアを見せるというところで何が違うのかというところを伺いたかったんですが、そういう部分で、5階級制覇したが、その部分で過去よりも強くなっているという部分を感じられる。
感じられるんですか？ So you're the 5 division champion, can come back to Japan to fight against Inoue once again, but you still have a desire and you're still confident. Does that make you more strong?
I think it's stronger than before, because the last time when I fought Inoue, it was more of finding myself, finding my desire. And after the fight, the desire started burning more than ever. And I believe that I am a better person, better man, better fighter now.
試合からより強くなったと思います。試合が自分自身を見つける作業だったとしたら、そこから新しい欲が生まれて、その欲が燃えているっていうのが今の状態。
前回は左ボディのダウンが勝敗を分けたと言えます。今回そのボディをもらわない自信はありますか？ちなみにもらわないために戦い方を変えたり、した部分はありますか？Inoue's
left body shot was very critical in the fight last time. Are you confident not getting hit by him?
I'm confident in all aspect of my training. I'm confident in my strategy. I'm confident in my body, and I am ready for war.
すべての側面に対して自信があります。トレーニングもしてきましたし、自信もありますし、戦略も含め、戦い抜くという覚悟で今回も来ています。
今回ドネア選手が優位に試合を進める鍵は何ですか？
What do you think is the key to control this fight against Inoue?
Using my experience, using my confidence, and my work ethic that I put to prepare for this fight.
この試合に向けて準備したことすべて、そして私のこれまでの経験、そして今ある自信すべてだと思います。
来日後10ラウンドのスパーリングをしたと聞いていますが、試合が近い時期としては多いように思いますが、いつも試合までそのぐらいのラウンドを消化しているのか。
You've done 10 rounds of sparring since you came to Japan. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a lot for you, or that's normal?
No, that's normal for me. I like to. Huh? I did more. It's more like 20 this week, or 18. But it's normal for me. The time to peak is the week before, not the week prior to, or 2 weeks before. It has to be a week before, and then the fight, and I'm ready to go.
10ラウンドって言ってたらしまし た、普通ですって言ったら奥様の方からもっとしたよって言って、もしかしたら18か20ラウンドぐらいしたかもしれません。でも1週間前ということで考えると、まだまだ普通です。ここにピークじゃなくて試合にピークを持っていくための準備です。
前回戦った後の井上選手の試合、3試合ですね、見ていると思いますが、井上選手の進化や成長を感じたところはありましたか？
Of course, you checked Inoue's this past few fights since he fought against you, but did you feel any progress or any changes in Inoue's fight?
I think there is a change in him, but there's also a big change in me.
そうですね、変化を感じましたけれども、私の変化の方が大きいと思います。
井上選手は今後、スーパーバンタム級で戦う可能性があると思いますが、彼はスーパーバンタム級での今の強さを維持できると思います。
After this fight, now your Mike going up to super bantamweight. Do you think he's capable of winning or going to the top in the super bantam division?
I mean, there's always a possibility of everything. It's just him being prepared for it. You know, I did it. You know, he can also do it.
可能性はいかようにもあると思います。私も複数回忌やってますし、同じことだと思います。
今回のグローブ、トランクス、シューズ、ガウンなどでコンセプトがあったりするものがございますか？
Is there any concept or the theme for your costume or the trunks, gloves that you're gonna wear, like a color theme or?
It's just the orange and blue, like what you see with me. You know, a lot of people say it's Dragon Ball, Goku, you know, and I'm a big fan of that. But also I actually chose this color as a representation of me in a chakra. Blue being voicing my opinion, voicing myself, and orange being expressing my body, expressing who I am. So that's why I got the blue and orange, but I am a big Dragon Ball fan.
皆さんおなじみのこのオレンジとブルーでいくと思います。この色を見るとみんな悟空って言うんで、私ドラゴンボール大好きなんでそれも嬉しいんですけども、チャクラを一応意味していて、ブルーは自分の声、そして、オレンジは体の表現というところもあります。
Ha ha. Yes, I'm about to turn Super Saiyan.
今回の試合前、奥様や子供たちに何か言われたこと、交わした約束などございますか？
Is there anything or any promise that you made with your family prior to this fight, or any special conversation you have with your family?
The only promise I gave them is I'm gonna win this fight. That's it. I'm not looking back, but the promise that I have to win this fight.
もう一つだけです。勝つよってそれだけです。
現在39歳、勝てばバンタム級4団体統一の道も見えてきます。そこは、その年齢も加味して大きな目標の部分でしょうか。
So you're at the age of 39, but you have a possibility of becoming undisputed champion in this division. And are you willing to have that?
That is my goal. That is my purpose. That's what's gotten me to be motivated and inspired to fight Inoue and beat him and get all the belts.
もちろんです。それが目的であり、目標であり、モチベーションであり、インスピレーションであります。
それでは、井上選手は、前回はドラマのような試合にしてしまったが、今回はしないとおっしゃっています。井上選手に何かメッセージございますか？
Inoue said the last fight was very dramatic, but I'm not going to make this one dramatic. I'm going to finish this he said he's going to finish this in a decisive way, which means KO. But what are your thoughts on that?
I'm doing the same thing.
同じです。
それでは、最後に、試合への力強い意気込みの方をお願いします。
And then once again, please tell us your determination for that fight.
There's no going back. You know, in an ancient battle where where people come in ship to take over, there's no going back, meaning that all our ship will be burned. The only purpose is to win. To survive is to conquer. And that is my mindset. That is who I am, is to conquer the opponent before me inside that ring.
もう何も振り返るものはありませんと。で古くからの戦いで船が来襲してとかありますけれども、もうその船すら燃やして私が完全なる勝利を収める、そして、全てを制圧する、それだけのことを考えています。Lastly, please tell us a little message to Japanese viewers.
どうもありがとうございます for your support. But mainly, stay tuned. This fight is going to be amazing. Two warriors fighting at their best, and you'll see the spirit in us, our soul, giving our all. And you will truly be entertained. Arigato.
どうもありがとうございます。必ず、チャンネル合わせてこの試合見てください。2人の、戦士が魂をかけて戦い、すべてをかけて戦う姿をお見せします。
Thank you.
Okay, the photos.
Yes. Dad, go to the side. Stop there.
Pare, may papakita ko sa inyong video. Ngayong nalalapit na yung laban ni Nonito Donaire kay Naoya Inoue, maraming naglalabasan ng mga videos at mga report ng kanilang mga training. Pero itong nakikita nyo po ay si Naoya Inoue at si Nonito Donaire. Ito po si Naoya Inoue yung sumusuntok at yung humahawak po ng heavy bag si Nonito Donaire. Dito po sa scene na to, tinutulungan ni Nonito Donaire si Naoya Inoue. Kumbaga, teacher si Nonito Donaire. Alam naman natin na si Nonito Donaire talaga ang mas experience sa dalawa. Pero itong si Naoya Inoue naging sikat at naging isang magaling na boksingero ngayon. Magtatapat sila. Ang buhay nga naman at ang mundo napakaliit. Biruin mo yung tinuturuan mo na isang boksingero, siya pa yung lalaban sa'yo para gamitin yung tinuro mo sa kanya. At ito na nga, maglalaban sila sa November 7, 2019 sa Super Arena Saitama sa Japan. At syempre isa ito sa inaabangan ng mga Pilipino at ng buong mundo na boxing event. Alam ko sa mga Pilipino, ang daming nag-aabang nito. Daming ang nagwo-worry pa rin kung ano ba kaya ni Nonito Donaire itong si The Monster na Inoue. Syempre, maraming mga Pilipino pa rin ang boboto kay Nonito Donaire. Gaya ko, syempre ako kay Nonito Donaire ako at nakikita ko naman na talagang kayang-kaya niya yan. Itong session na to nakakatawa kasi dati 2014 po ito pala, sinend lang sa atin ng ating kaibigan na sabi niya wag na daw banggitin yung pangalan niya at kanyang video ito at itong video nga na ito ay kuha sa Japan 2014. Biruin mo, after 5 years makakalaban mo yung bata na tinuturuan mo. Anyway, sa World Boxing Super Series, maraming nagtatanong, ano bang prediction mo, Sir Pow, ano bang tingin mo dito? Syempre Nonito Donaire ako at tingin ko kung itong si Inoue isusugod at gagawin niya yung style niya, talagang mananakaut ito. Yun ang para sa akin at yun ang gusto kong mangyari. Kayo, ano sa tingin nyo? Ang dami na natin ganitong video pero ulit-ulitin lang natin, tulungan natin ma-promote itong laban.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Alright, Nonito Donaire, first of all, I saw your sparring. How do you feel?
I feel good, man. I think we made the right decision to come here because it's like fighting in a sauna or sparring in a sauna. It gives you the advantage of willpower and your body just pushes through. So it's a great idea na pumunta kami dito for to train. Before Japan,
What's the stage of your training?
We're done. This is the finale. This is the peak. See, I always want to hit the peak before I leave.
Okay.
A lot of people take their peak a week before or 2 weeks before. They stop sparring or they just do light sparring. I usually do it the week. I give myself a week. Technically, our body can heal within the week, but if you go beyond that, we start to regress. So I always time. But everybody's different.
Okay.
Everybody's different.
Is your training, anything changes with your training now that you're 36 years old?
No. I think the only difference is the mindset. I think that we limit ourselves with the thought of an expectation of what we are. But if you remove that expectation, no matter how old you are or how old you get, as long as you work hard, you push through, you get it. I mean, I went 12 rounds today and I felt really good against the young guys.
Yeah. You dropped one of your opponent with a body shot. I didn't see the punch until I saw one of your sparring mates go down in pain.
Well, the thing is, we look at things. I look at things in sparring. People usually get the best of it because I'm always constantly looking. In the fight, those little things count a lot, and that's why I'm able to be successful in a real fight compared to sparring. They always tend to hit me more in sparring.
Yeah.
But I always look at that. I look at the where I can take advantage of the guy's position or the guy's form or stance or their pattern. So.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Powcast Sports.
Aside from Manny Pacquiao, ang isa sa boksingero na pinaka-idol ko talaga, no? Aside kay Manny Pacquiao ay itong si Nonito Donaire. Ngayong gabi po, no, pag-uusapan natin si Nonito as our main topic. At ang tanong ko lang sa inyo, ikaw na nanonood ka ngayon, ano? At kung gusto mong malaman ko ano sa tingin ko na future, tayo parang Madam Auring tayo ngayon. Pero, alam mo, again, gaya na sinabi ko, no, aside from Manny Pacquiao, Nonito Donaire, isa sa pinaka-idol ko na boksingero. I was very impressed. Personally, I watched him in the Philippines. And syempre, actually, isang beses ko lang siya napanood ng live. Very unfortunate, but at least napanood ko siya ng live. Actually, napaisip ako bigla. Because Nonito Donaire has accomplished too much, or not too much, a lot already in boxing. So sabi ko, naisip ko, laban na ni Nonito Donaire ha. Sa June 7 po yung laban niya against the monster Naoya Inoue. And Nonito Donaire, not getting any younger. He is, I believe that he's 39 years old. He's fighting a prime fighter. He's fighting arguably top 3 pound per pound in boxing today. And he was already a 4-division champ. He has knockouts of the year. And ang dami ng accolades ni Nonito Donaire. Ang tanong ko dito sa sarili ko, sa mga fan ni Nonito Donaire, hanggang saan at hanggang kailan at ano pa ba ang kayang abutin ni Nonito Donaire sa kanyang karera sa boxing? Yan po yung pag-uusapan natin. At bago ko sabihin, syempre, shout out, comment at mag-countdown muna tayo. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell para lagi kang updated sa kwentuhan. Bago ka matulog, pagkagising mo sa tanghali, pag nagsisiesta, alam mo na, sports lang, walang pikunan, ha? At mag-countdown muna tayo. Shoutout po sa inyo lahat, comment na. Ilang ganito, ilang set?
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up? Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. At ito ang ating final live ngayong gabi. Sobrang init. Dalawang magkasunod na araw na ako po ay very hyped, very appreciative, very inspired. Alam mo kung bakit ako inspired, pare. And salamat sa mga solid na nag-uubos ng oras para makinig kay Pow Salud ng Powcast Sports. At alam mo, sabi ni YouTube sa akin at saka ni Facebook, karamihan daw ng nanonood sa akin, at least 30% pa ay hindi nakasubscribe. So baka nakakalimutan mo lang, pindutin yung subscribe. Pindutin mo na, pati yung notification bell. Sabi ni YouTube yan nung nag-usap kami. Tapos, sabi din ni YouTube, kung nagugustuhan mo daw yung ating show, pwede daw kayong magpasalamat sa content creator. Sabi ni YouTube, pwede daw kayo mag-send ng super chat, super sticker, membership,
Pati sa Facebook, ganun din. Meron din siyang stars. Alam mo, hindi nyo ba napapansin sa aking logo, may star? May star. Dito pala, star. Kasi mahilig ako sa star. Kaya sendan nyo lang ako na star sa Facebook. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Pow Salud, Powcast Sports, and I'm your host, as usual. 159, shout out muna tayo sa mga kababayan natin dyan na mahilig ang topic natin, at least ang main topic natin. Pero alam mo naman kung saan napupunta yung topic natin, basta sa sports. Ang topic, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, what more can he achieve in boxing? Pinag-uusapan natin to because we wanna hype his fight na Inoue, one of the biggest fights for Filipino boxing. And the fact of the matter is, if he wins this one, para bang napapaisip ka lalo, pag nanalo siya dito, parang marami pang pwedeng marating itong si Nonito Donaire, even at 39 years old. Si Pacquiao nga muna ako. Shoutout muna tayo. Shoutout! Hashtag Powcast. Bago tayo magsimula, papadami muna tayo ng viewers. Mas maganda pag mas marami. Alam mo, sabi ng ibang tao, Sir, parang ang tahimik ng boxing ngayon. Parang ang tahimik. Tahimik ba yung boxing? Comment nyo nga, nalulungkot ba kayo sa boxing ngayon? Kasi wala daw si Nonito. Medyo tahimik nga, no? Pero, nasa na yung mga vloggers dyan, ha? Yung mga vloggers na nagsisilabasan nung, nasa na kayo? Mag-live kayo ngayon. Mag-content kayo ng boxing. Nawawala pa sila. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Babalik din niya si Janrel Casimero. Babalik ulit ng init. At tayo mag-aaway-away uli. Pero habang hindi pa tayo nag-aaway, nandito ang totoo. Nandito ang original. Nandito ang tatagal. Powcast Sports lang ang sakalam. Yan. Shoutout po sa inyo. Mahalika, they better make him pound for pound number 1 if he knocks out Inoue. I got that from you. The idea about tahimik ang boxing, I got that from you. Na yung tahimik kasi walang nag-aaway. Pero minsan namimiss talaga natin. Again, sabi ko kay huwag ka mag-alala. It's gonna come. But for a while, hanggang ngayon, ako muna mag-iingay. Yung ingay ko, ito yung ingay na to that will, sana will retain the boxing fans kahit na wala masyadong away. Shoutout! Ito na yung mga shoutout natin. Nako, dumami kagad. Nahuli ako ng pagbabasa. Unahin ko muna sa taas at bibilisan ko yung pagbabasa. Jerry Gomez, Bobby as usual, si Rob 2 hanggang dulo na walang hanggan. Local Filipino boxing updates. Hinyaga, last stop na yung 150 na ayon sa kanya. RC Beginner, Thomas Workstation. Magandang gabi, shout out. Hinyaga, nagpadala ng stars. What's up? Good evening, boss. Pa-shoutout naman dyan sa mga guard na naka-duty ngayon sa Western Digital ng Binyan, Laguna. Western Digital, Binyan, Laguna. Shout out. Hello. Yung mga nakakita sa akin sa labas, minsan kasi natatakot ako 2 beses na, naglalakad ako sa malapit sa amin. May motor na tumabi. Yung isang motor, nagpakilala naman. Pero yung isang motor, nakatitig lang sa akin, nakangiti. Siyempre, hindi man ako natakot. Dire-diretso lang ako. Baka sabihin nyo sa plado, mag-boom-boom pow kayo para alam ko na boom-boom pow! Si Powcast pala yun. O kaya sa Powcast nyo ako kilala. Good evening, boss. Shout out sa mga taga-Western Digital dyan. Binyan, Laguna. May discount ba? Kaso layo, punta pa ako dyan. Sir Pow! Nako, napindot. Sir Pow, kayo ang tatanungin ko bago ko basahin ko muna dito. Gaano po kayo confident na mananalo si Champ Donaire this time? Not gonna be easy. So the real talk is it's gonna be a hard fight. Sobrang hirap na laban. And alam yan ni Nonito Donaire. Sabi ni Maharlika, they better make him a pound for pound if he knocks out Inoue. They should, man. I have that's the only way that he's gonna win here. Subukan mo nang maging undisputed sa 108 tapos whether or not he succeed, basta maganda ang performance and get a world title at 115. Teka, talagang mataas pa ang hiling ng mga tao. Let's make this video an inspiration for Nonito Donaire and his camp to challenge him. Gusto ko rin makita yung mga bashers. Para naman mapahiya sila. Pag nanalo kay Inoue, please retired. Nako, para mas maganda. Last impression, sabi ni Jeffrey Tahimik na. Pag walang Filipinos sa card, Wala na kasi si Pacquiao, tahimik na Pinoy. Ako na lang maingay dito. Medyo inactive yung mga sikat na Pinoy kaya wala ako ganong content. Shoutout bro Pow, Dr. Alvin Vlogs kasi ganun talaga. Kaya we also are, kumbaga, medyo venture din tayo back to the other sports that we love. Love you all. Bibilisan ko na kasi hindi ako may hinanda ako ditong bullet points eh. What up, Stag Hill? Ayan na naman sila. Andito naman ang mga kaibigan natin. Nandito na si Stag Hill. Nandito rin si Jose Peña Olanan. Shout out from Montalban daw, Tom's Workstation. Lalabas ko na, papakita ko na muna. Dumami kagad eh. Kala ko maaabutan ko yung mga comment eh. Di pala. Ang bibilis. Sir Pau! Bakit wala pa laban si Jasper at si Pagara? Go Donaire! Mananalo talaga si Noneto. Ngayon, taga Mupa sa Bato, Sir Pau. Tako, kailangan ko ng matibay-tibay na kampit. Sir Pau, shoutout mo naman. Mahal ko si Amy Pogoy. Amy, mahal ka doon ni John Louis. Ricky Gomez. Okay, let's do this. Kung mukha lang ang patatamaan mo kay Nonito Donaire, imposible mo siyang mapabaksak. Makunat din yung panya na kayanan niya mga suntok ng featherweight yun sa bantamweight. Okay, let me tell you this, okay? Let me tell you. Let me just teach you a little bit something about the Filipino Flash, okay? At thank you to my friends at Wikipedia for reminding me. Sana updated tong Wikipedia. Itong si Nonito Donaire, known as the Filipino Flash, has been on top of his game for, I think, 3 decades na. Tanda na rin. Pero, talaga naman pati yung mga bata ngayon, mga prime fighter ngayon, pinapatumba pa rin niya. I don't need to tell you who they are, but Nonito Donaire has proven that he still got what it takes to be a champion. He is still the champion, WBC champion, no? Pero before we talk about the future of this guy, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, we need to appreciate what he has done so far in boxing. And then mamaya pag-usapan natin yung mga favorite fight nyo kay Nonito Donaire. Dito tribute, baka sabihin nyo tribute This is just an inspiration para malaman nyo na I think, and naaalala ko pa yung aming usapan ni Nonito, doon sa UFC gym sa Alabang, nag-training siya doon dati. Sayang nga, hindi siya nag-training dito, nakasingit sana ako nakasingit ng interview or footage man lang. Paulit-ulit yon hanggang sa sunod na laban niya. Yung mga footage na yan, yung mga photos na yan, sangkatudak, nag-iipong ka na. Kasi bihira mo lang makakasama yung mga ganyang legend ng boxing. Multiple world champion in 4 weight classes from flyweight to featherweight. Yan po si Nonito Donaire. Pwede ba mag-super featherweight? Parang mahirap na yata. Medyo payata talaga si Nonito Donaire, no? In addition, he is the oldest boxer in history to become a bantamweight world champion. Donaire holds the distinction of being the first 3-time champion in that weight class, which is, of course, yung bantamweight. Ang tindi pala nito ni Nonito, pare. Alam mo ba that he has also held world champions across 3 consecutive decades? That's the year 2000, year 2010, year to 2020. Kung ikaw ay 20 years old, hindi ka pa pinapanganak, ha? Champion. Ano na yan? Champion na yan si Nonito Donaire. Ganyan po ka-legit itong si Nonito Donaire. At sa mga, alam mo ngayon, I think everyone knows how to appreciate and they should appreciate Nonito. Tama na yung mga kalokohan na yan, So anyway, and also, papakita ko lang ang kasama niya pala dun sa mga 3 decades champion. Of course, kasama na si Manny Pacquiao dyan, syempre. Evander Holyfield, Manny Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, Eric Morales, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Abay, matindi, in total, alam mo, Donaire has held 9 world titles by the main 4 boxing sanctioning bodies. Siyempre. Plus may IBO pa pala siya.
Aba, teka. May Ring Magazine din. Ay, dako. Iba. At saka he's ranked as the best boxer of all time. Then kasama rin po siya sa listahan na yan. Ha? Siyempre, yung knockout of the year niya, na 2 yan. Ha? So, hindi ito basta-basta na, ano, actually, if you ask me, Nonito Donaire is, you know, you can all argue with me about, you know, Pancho Villa, about the other boxers, about Flash Elorde. I think so far, Nonito Donaire is the, I think, the second to Manny Pacquiao in terms of achievement. Sa akin po, agree, disagree, i-comment nyo lang dyan kung bakit. So, yan po yung achievement ni Nonito Donaire. At he currently has 42 wins, 6 defeats, and no draw. Wala pa pala siyang draw, no? So, baka magka-draw pa na. Kailangan pa magka-draw. And of course, yung laban niya po, is with Naoya Inoue in June 7. Naku, kinakabahan din ako dito eh. But if he surpassed this one, alam mo, if he surpassed this one, parang sky's the limit pa for Nonito Donaire. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is not gonna be an easy fight. WBC, WBA, IBF Championship, Unified Championship. This is not gonna be easy for Nonito Donaire. And I know he knows this. Okay? So it's time for me to talk about what I feel kung ano pa yung kayang gawin ng 39 years old na Nonito Donaire. And mamaya kakausapin ko kayo. Ngayon, eye to eye. Because what I wanna say comes from the heart and from what I know. Hindi na lingid sa kaalaman natin na si Nonito Donaire is one of the guys that has probably the most experience now in the bantamweight division. Hindi na rin lingid sa atin na ang boxing po ay ito po ay sports ng mga bata. Well, actually, halos lahat naman ng sport para sa mga bata yan eh. And alam din natin at alam ko din na Nonito Donaire, the reason why he's still fighting, probably not entirely for money, because I'm sure he has built his empire, because ang dami niya ng championship, no? Ang dami, sigurado ako may naipon ng pera yan eh. If it's just money, then I'm sure you can get that somewhere else, or having business. Bakit ka magpapakahirap? Just like Manny Pacquiao. Diba? But of course, hanap ng katawan nila yan eh. The thing is, all I'm trying to say is that a fighter fights because they still wants to fight. Naaalala ko yung mga boxer na sinasabi nila, I'm retiring but I'm coming back, because nangangati yan. And aside from nangangati at gusto makipag-boxing, they wanna achieve more. Kasi kung gusto lang nila ang boxing, easy fight lang, no? Punta-punta sa gym. And boxers such as Nonito Donaire, I'm sure, this guy wants to do more than what he has already done. Keep walking. Parang Johnny Walker, no? I mean, they want to achieve more. And again, these are the kind of guys that I look up to. Just like Manny Pacquiao, he do things that you think he cannot do. So, ito yung mga ganitong boxers. They want to achieve more in their career. They're not yet satisfied. And that's why they're fighting the best of the best. Naoya Inoue is the best. It'll be tough, scary fight, but I have faith in Nonito, sabi ni Martin. Beware of old man in profession where men usually die young. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Diego, for saying that. All I'm just trying to say here is that, it's hard. It's hard when your body gets old and your mind just wants more. But the thing is, Nonito Donaire has taken care of his body. And very few athletes, and I'm saying this, very few athletes can compete at a high level at an advanced age. 39 years old, knocking out 20 plus years old, 30 years old prime boxers. Come on. Discipline, hard work, motivation, and syempre, he still has goals. I know that he wants to be undisputed, and I will. And he's been telling that to, I think, most of the interviews, especially in the past. I mean, he failed once in his first try to conquer Naoya Inoue, and I know that if he conquered Naoya Inoue the second time around, parang feeling ko kasi mas pinakamahirap to si Naoya Inoue, at least so far, no? We don't know what's gonna happen in the fight. Wag naman sana, baka mahirap, baka ma-injured, baka magkaroon ng problema. But if he surpassed the mountain that is Naoya Inoue, the monster that is Naoya Inoue, I think he can be an undisputed world champion. No disrespect to the other world champion, but Paul Butler and Nonito Donaire, come on, man. That should be an easier work than Naoya Inoue. If he get past, ulitin ko, if he gets past the monster. And I've been saying this. I mean, if Nonito Donaire's camp is watching, sabi ko nga I asked this to kay Rachel, no? Paano ba papalakasin yung tiyan? I mean, talagang patibayin dapat yung tiyan or ilagan dapat yung tiyan. Dahil yan talaga yung yan talaga yung kalakasan talaga ni Naoya Inoue. But again, I'm telling you guys, I see a bright future, inside the boxing ring. Even if he gets defeated by kay Naoya Inoue, which lamang lang ng konti si Naoya. But if he wins against Naoya, he's gonna be undisputed. If he wins against Naoya Inoue, he's gonna be undisputed. If he doesn't win against Naoya Inoue, and if he loses badly, then he would reevaluate. What other goal does he want? He wants the 115. 115. And I think he can get that. Because the last time he said na kaya naman niyang kuhanin yung 115. And sa 115, I think basta mas maliit sa kanya, kayang-kaya niya yan eh. Sino ba naman yung magcha-challenge sa kanya sa 115? Estrada? Martinez? Ayoka? I think he can conquer that. The 115. But the key to 115 is actually and probably kasi pag talo siya dito sa laban kay Naoya Inoue, parang mas mahirap i-convince yung 115 to give him a crack at the title. So he needs to win this one. Agree? Agree ba kayo dyan? Kasi pag natalo siya dito, 1-1 sa 118 kay Naoya Inoue, then pipila siya sa 115, di ba? Kailangan niyang pumila doon. So sino yung kakalabanin niya doon? However, if he wins against Naoya Inoue, my goodness. Alam mo yung ladder, di ba? I mean, we go grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, minsan may acceleration, no? So na-accelerate siya some point when you get to a fights na yung mga nakakalaban mo may mga pangalan na bigla kang aangat, yung magandang knockout mo. If he wins against Naoya Inoue, it will be another acceleration of his career. At 39 years old, 3 belts against the monster, acceleration yan, accelerated. Ganyan po yung posibleng trajectory pa ng career niya. And again, if he wins against Naoya Inoue, yung trajectory ng career niya, nako, parang mas easy work talaga in the rest. So, what's the future for the Filipino Flash? This fight on June 7 will be a very pivotal fight because again, alam mo nung natalo nga siya kay Naoya Inoue, kahit talo siya, ang daming nabilib sa kanya. Walang nagpahirap dyan kay Naoya Inoue kundi si the Filipino Flash. Wala, di ba? 116 siya kay Gabalio. I don't want to see Nonito go down to 1-1. He kills everybody down there. Exactly what he will do if he's done with the 118 because he's missing that 115 belt. So that is why Again, it's hard to talk about all of these things coming, but if he wins against Inoue, Paul Butler, check. Kayang-kaya yan. Go to 115, check. And then go to Boracay. Relax. Or go to Bohol pala. For what? Dahil taga Bohol siya. Ang ganda-ganda ng Bohol. Alam mo, one thing din na gusto ko makita outside of boxing and inside of boxing, I think whatever happened in his career, he has already established his name as the best or one of the best boxers coming from the Philippines and all over the world. He has already gotten the respect of the boxing world and the sports world. But if he loses this one, there's some reevaluation that he needs to do. I mean, the thing is, he could still fight probably depending on how he lose. Yes, dihado tayo mediosito. Yes, I know that. Dihado tayo. That's why sinasabi ko, mediosito, pare. Pag nanalo siya dito, kay Naoya Inoue, ano na yan? Easy work na. Umaga accelerated siya. Tapos the rest of the courses, Paul Butler, 115. Easy work. Kaya-kaya niya na yan. Again, ito ay aking opinion lamang, no? So, the fight with Naoya Inoue will determine if aakyat pa ba siya or magre-reevaluate muna kung what. I mean, if he loses this one, he can still probably fight, but who will he fight? Will it give additional legacy, or will it just add a win on his record? So that's the question. So we will find out kung hanggang saan pa ang roof, ang ceiling ni Nonito Donaire sa achievement niya sa boxing. Salamat. Imagine Nonito Donaire fighting the Philippine Arena versus Paul Butler. That's public execution. I hope they promote it. Man, oh man. And that is why Nonito Donaire, if you're watching this, you gotta win this Naoya Inoue fight because the rest should be easy work for you, man. But let's not get past up. Ito talaga eh. Ito talaga yung magdedetermine the future. What more he can achieve if he can defeat this guy, which is the hardest one. Yun na. Baka last fight na niya yan. If he loses this one, I mean, we don't know. Again, depende sa pagkatalo, no? Depende sa pagkatalo. Pag medyo masama ang pagkatalo, then reevaluate. Take a look. I mean, he doesn't need to fight. He has other things working for him. He wants to help Filipino boxers. He wants to do other things. And then he can do that. But here's what I want outside of boxing. I mean, I will tell you. Magbabasa lang muna ako ng mga comment because I'm getting excited. And I still have the jacket of Nonito Donaire, no? Sa laban niya, isusot ko yung jacket na binigay niya sa akin. That was a long time ago. I had a long hair. And look at me. And look at Nonito Donaire. You know, one thing about Nonito Donaire that I admire. I mean, he sticks to the game. And he's still here. Just like Powcast Sports. Marami people, boxers, fans, bloggers come and go. But Nonito Donaire, Powcast Sports still remains. Andito lang kami. Because marami pa kaming gustong i-achieve. Just like Nonito Donaire. I feel inspired and I want you to be inspired again. Ang daming, sabi ko nga sa mga vloggers dyan, asa na kayo? Asa na kayo? Salamat. Ano, I'm just challenging you. Hindi po ako nang-aasar, but I'm just challenging you. Opinion ko lang sa problema siguro sa katawan ni Nonito kasi may edad na siya, mahirap makipaglaban sa prime lalo na kung malahalimaw ang kamao. Naoya almost lost, but the truth flash lost to Inoue. Yes, sir. I understand what you guys are saying. I'm not saying that this is easy work, no? Itong si Naoya Inoue. Hindi yan madaling kalaban. But all I'm just saying here is that what could he achieve? Filipino Flash. He can definitely, of all of the opponents, sige, ito pag-usapan natin ha. Sino sa 118 ang sa tingin nyo makakatalo kay Naoya Inoue? Hintayin ko yung sagot nyo ha. Bago natin pag-usapan yung ang tawag dito, yung what I think he could achieve outside of boxing or outside of being a boxer. We still within boxing. Ha? Napainit nyo ako. Sino? Sagot! Sino ang may pinakamagandang tsansa na makatalo kay Naoya Inoue? I-comment nyo lang dyan sa baba. Sino? Aside from Nonito Donaire. Teka, papakita ko lang sa inyo yung ranking, ha. So, hindi pa pala to updated. Janriel Casimero still here. Siguro sasagot nito Janriel Casimero. Without issue, Cuadro Alas. Ako, Sir Pao. Casimero, Sir Pao. Jonas Sultan. Sir Casimero. Ba't puro Pilipino? Wala bang non-Filipino? So, aside from, but who else is strong in the division? Who else? Sabihin niyo sa akin, sino pa ang malakas? Aside pa yung Cuadro Alas at Nonito Donaire. Sino pa? Wala na, di ba? Wala na. Kaya nga, akit na yan sa 118 eh. Sino pa dito sa listahan? Si Nawapon Rong Bisay, Jason Maloney, Charlie Edwards, Takumi Inoue, Manuel Rodriguez, Raymond Gabal, Rashi Warren, Gary Antonio Russell, Lee McGregor. Sino dito sa mga to? And come to think of it, aside from Casimero, it is Nonito Donaire who has the biggest chance because he almost did it. I mean, of course, a win is a win. I'm not gonna complain about that. Rashi Warren, kailangan lang yan timing talaga. Nor Dennis Pacquiao. Si Nonito ang tatalo. Wala nang iba. 6th round. Wonderboy. 122 na yan si Wonderboy eh. Wala akong masyadong balita kay Wonderboy, guys eh. Ang alam ko lang, binitawan daw niya yung belt niya. Baka lalaban na sa ibang bansa. Good luck na lang po. Cuadro Alas lang malakas. Kaso, sayang talaga yung pagkakataon kay Cuadro Alas. Sayang eh. I'm very hopeful na kasi it doesn't make sense now eh. It doesn't make sense. Kunwari lang ha. Just think about it this way. For example, nanalo si Nonito Donaire. Panalo siya kunwari kay Naoya. So, kanya yung 3 belt. 3 belt yan ha. Kasi, yung ibang mga belts, no bearing naman yung mga, basta world champion yung 3 belt. So, isa na lang ang kailangan niya kunin. Eh, hawak ni Paul Butler yon. And he's 39 years old. So, 39. Syempre, gusto niya ng kalabanan si Paul Butler diyan kagad. No, I mean, we're assuming here, kasi nasa kanya yung belt eh. No, nothing personal. So, pag nanalo sa kay Paul Butler, hawak niya ni 4. So, nangihinayang ako. Gusto ko sanang makita si Cuadro Alas at saka si Nonito Donaire na maglaban para magkagulo ulit ang Pilipinas, pero I don't think it's gonna happen now. Especially kung manalo si Nonito Donaire because he is on the last stage of his career. That's real talk. So, yung Nonito Donaire versus Janriel Casimero, it's hard to see that happening. Baka sa sparring na lang siguro, sabi ni Tom Workstation. Agree ba kayo sa akin? Because it doesn't make sense for Nonito Donaire to still go up against Cuadro Alas Casimero because it's nothing personal, it's business, wala siyang belt, so he would just probably relinquish the belt and just go down to 115 if he wants to get the 115. So, I do not know exactly the plan of Janriel Casimero. Janriel Casimero at 118. He must be ranked by the WBA, IBF, and WBC. FYI. In order for him to get an opportunity to fight Naoya Inoue. Now, he will be ranked by the WBO because yun yung sinabi ng WBO. The thing is, will Paul Butler give him another chance? And when? So think about it. Sayang ang oportunidad. And this is why I think what could happen kay Filipino Flash, if he wins this one, again, the thing is, if he wins this one, he go for Paul Butler next. And then he goes for whoever champions he would say yes to him sa 115. Whoever champions, doesn't matter who it is. But of course, the easiest champion probably is, and no disrespect, but the easiest champion is Fernando Martinez. But Fernando Martinez is scheduled to fight Jerry Nakajas. So, malamang Francisco Estrada, Kazuto Ayoka. Kazuto Ayoka, Donnie Nietes din. Nako, posible parang magka Filipino versus Filipino. Pero, pag Filipino versus Filipino, pwede naman gawa ng paraan. Kasi si Donnie Nietes, kung sakaling matalo niya si Kazuto Ayoka, is Probellum. Si Jeremy Nakajas is MP. Hiwalay naman yan kay Nonito Donaire. So, pwede. Sana magawa ng paraan. Mas madali siguro pag Pinoy sa Pinoy. Wala lang away, wala nang ano. Ay, nako. Mahirap pala pag Jeremy Nakajas kasi Sean Gibbons. So, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Ayun yung sa mga naiisip ko. Pero pag natalo siya, wag naman sana na tatalpak ako. Para asarin nyo ako sakali. Pag natalo siya, reevaluate. The thing is, the big opportunity will be with Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue will open a lot of doors and opportunity, and the thing that he wanted the most. Today is the golden age of Filipino boxing. Champ, pa-shoutout, Mediosito, Martinez malakas din. After Inoue Butler, yep. Kalaban with most legacy target, Donaire Jan, 115 Estrada, major belt, lineal elite. Yes, business. Yeah, business. Really, I tell everybody that. But, you know, we need to professional in this business too, man. Pao, ba't ang saya ng mga fans mo pag natatalo ka sa talpakan? Yaan mo sila maging masaya. Yun naman ang ating adhikain. Mapasaya kayo dyan eh. Kung masaya kayo na nasasaktan ako, okay lang. Ganyan talaga buhay. Gusto nyo talaga ako nakikita na nasasaktan. Sige lang, saktan nyo lang ako nasaktan. Basta ako, enjoy lang ako dito. At masaya ako. I-share nyo na dito. Sabi ko nga, gusto nyo ako makitang umiyak. Kailangan malaki-laki yung ilagay nyo dyan. Hindi pwede yung $1, $2. Ano yan? Kulang pa sa talent fee ko yan. Salamat po. Sir Pau Tolpacana, sure yan. No need to win by knockout. Donaire Casimero is a very interesting fight. A good story will make both good money. Not right now. T-Rex doesn't make sense right now. I'm yet to see what the camp of Casimero will do. No? I'm thinking he might move to 122. Kay Sir Pau ako dito. Yan, drama, Pau. Drama. Inoue, Sir Bro Pau, open bet siya. Sir Pau, mahal na mahal ko kayo at ang sakit-sakit na. Sticks and stone may break my bones, but chains and whips excites me. 'Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Kala mo, di ko alam Yo, what's up? Teka nga, pagpapasok na tayo. But anyway, the last thing that I wanted to say, definitely achievable yung undisputed if he beats Naoya Inoue. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Definitely achievable. And the 115, if he's a champion at 118, it's easy to make that 115 a championship right away because he got the belts. Kahit mag-retire si Donaire, Pau. Ano to? May magsayo pa na nakaabang. Yun. Alam na, tugtugan ni Sir Pau. Sir Pau, pa-shoutout, champ. Replying. Yeah, I'm a music lover too, brother. You know? So, yo. Come and join me and chat with me. And I'm gonna put the links right here. Sa mga gusto makipag-usap kay Pow Salud. So outside of boxing, here's what I really want Nonito Donaire to do is promote locally. You know, it's not gonna earn him a lot of money, probably, but it's gonna earn him a lot of respect. That's something that Manny Pacquiao probably needs to do more. Kasi pag sa Pilipinas, it's more on sa labas si Manny Pacquiao sa Philippines. I mean, if Nonito Donaire can become a visible character in boxing in the Philippines as a promoter, and I'm willing to partner because I believe in this guy's capability outside, and may charisma, and I think they're professional. So I mean, he should promote locally. But that's ano lang that's not about money. It's not, it's pag ikaw ang promoter, it's not gonna really earn you a lot here in the Philippines, and unless I have some ideas here. I just need some money. That's an evil laugh. Pasok ang papasok at gusto makipag-usap sa akin. I will hanggang 10 o'clock lang siguro tayo, ha. Ayoko masyado magpuyat. Bukas maaga pa ako. I'm thinking of doing a live stream on my Pow Salud project. It's been a while. I feel very inspired and happy, even though maraming gustong magpabaksak pero hindi nila kaya. Ako'y masaya lang. Nothing against anyone, but just very happy that you're joining me. Nonito Donaire, June 7. Abangan po natin. Other news in boxing. Where is Tayanig? I don't know where he is. Ilan taon ka na, sir? Hindi mahalaga kung ilan taon ako. Ang mahalaga kung ilan taon ako sa puso. 19 lang ako. Hi, other news in boxing. Let me just give you while we're waiting. Papakita ko na lang dito para mas masaya. Kasi mas gusto ko yung may visual aids. Okay. Pao, sino unang boksingero ang nakilala mo? Si Luisito Espinosa po. Si Lindol Luisito Espinosa. Isa rin yan sa idol natin Luisito Lindol Espinosa. Yan. I don't have a dad, Bata pa lang ako, wala na akong tatay. So, sarili ko lang nagbukas sa akin sa boxing. Elsben not concerned with Canelo. Focus on Crawford fight. Okay. Puro kalokohan. Hindi naman mangyayari itong laban na to. Pinapaasa lang tayo ni Errol Spence sa ni Crawford. Team Chu, I want the mega fight. I want Jermel Charlo in America. Okay, yun yung mga Conor Ben on Keith Thurman. The main fight I want out of the whole bunch. It'd be too much for him. I'd be too much for him. Teka, Conor Ben wants Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ako dito. Best time for Donaire to beat Inoue, Butler, Estrada, Chocolate in order. Lalo na, kakatalo lang ni Canelo kay Bibol. Yo. Boxing ranking, Canelo, wala masyado no? Ang babait nyo ngayon, Wala masyadong maipagawi sa akin. Kung wala, iba tutulugan ko na kayo kasi may mga gagawin. Coach, Pao, chick boy ka ba? Yung ako dati, chick. Mahilig ako sa chicken, good boy na ako, I have a little girl that's growing, parang dalagita na siya. So, I wanna give him the best. I wanna continue to inspire. And yun lang, wala nang away. Kahit na target tayo ng mga tao dyan sa paligid, bahala sila. Oy, May 21, IBS Cebu for ARQ Sports. Alam mo, yung mga nagpo-promote dyan, professional or amateur, I'm very open. Invite nyo lang ako, guys. Ayoko na nung sasabihan na naman ako ng mga tao dyan Although pinagbibigyan ko lang sila, para lang peace on earth muna tayo. Peace on earth. Sige, question and answer na tayo. Kung wala na akong mabigay, ayoko masyadong guluhin kayo dito Coach Pau talaga tayo. Mahilig sa chick at sa boy si Sir Pau. Puro lang yan mga advertisement. Sina Spence, Crawford, di naman lalaban yan kay Canelo. Ewan ko ba dyan, David? David, pare, kamusta ka dyan? Spence at Thurman kung sakaling maglaban. Spence, Thurman, sa ngayon, Spence ako. I do not know really the stance of Thurman. Pero pag Thurman, Conor Ben, parang Thurman pa rin. Thurman pa rin. Boss Pausan na si Gabalio, parang no-show niya sa simula ng matalo. Parang nagpapahinga lang. Alam ko nasa Jensen siya I mean, this guy will be back. This guy is very kind, very humble, and very hardworking. So, I'm sure Raymart Gabalio will be back. At pasensya na kayo kung hindi ako masyado nag-i-invite ng mga boxers. I think nasa development stage ng mga iba namang ginagawa natin, para sabihin naman ng mga tao na we can do it. We can make a show by ourselves and by our opinion. And marami na ngayon nag-i-interview, no? Yung mga puntahan nyo dyan, yung mga ibang nag-i-interview, panoodin nyo rin. They deserve, para masubukan nila yung mga pinaggagawa natin nung una, kung paano ba mag-interview. Some of the guys, of course, they need to learn. But interviewing boxers and interviewing athletes, it has to you do have to have passion for it, and kailangan you have to be patient because they're athletes, they're not entertainer like us. Okay, boss, balita sa Lirasan, meron na bang rematch? Adrian Lirasan, parang wala pa, pero may mga Pilipino nag-iingay na naman ang Thailand at ang Highland Boxing Gym. Yun, sa Thailand. Wala pa po akong balita kay Adrian. I think sa Fight News Asia, lagi-laging updated dyan sa mga laban ng mga Asyano sa Asia. So, yun. Kailan laban ni Gervonta Davis? Gervonta Davis, tingnan ko lang yung notes ko dito. Romero, May 29. Double check ko lang sa sa labas. At least hindi ako masyado, wala akong trabaho nitong May 29. Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, May 28, May 29 sa Pilipinas. Sir, pa-shoutout po kaming mga taga Palawan. Mga taga Palawan, shoutout sa inyong lahat dyan at magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Okay, ako'y naghihintay lang na makakausap dito kasi kung ayaw nyo umakyat, Marty and Maharlika. Kaso Maharlika, you back. Wala si Maharlika, ba't madilim? Balik ko muna, baka hindi siya yan eh. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Maayong gabi, Boss Pow. By the way, I won't be long. I'll be working by 9:30. So
okay. This time you have a time limit. Kanina kasi sabi mo you won't be long, but it still took you some time.
No.
Actually, go straight to the point.
Yes, because most of the time I work at 10 p.m. and then I log out at 10 a.m. the next day. By the way, this is very interesting. You know what? When I was taking a shower, patabo-tabo ba? When I was tabo-tabo taking a bath, I was watching your video, and once again, you're making a lot of good sense, because for now, no disrespect, with all due respect for the rest of the other boxers sa bantamweight, but I think si Inoue yung peak eh. Once you reach that peak, once you defeated that peak, what's the sense of going backwards? And I don't know, it's just really somehow I think this is the fight that everybody's anticipating, and this is going to be a make or break deal for Nonito Donaire's career. But knock on wood, just in case if he loses that fight, if he lost, I think you could use that reason then for other fighters to go at it. Like, okay, he's vulnerable. I think I can beat him, and a lot of boxers are gonna go for him. But for him, career-wise, of course, when an athlete kasi loses, especially with Nonito Donaire's career, that he's a much more refined gentleman, age-wise, your rate goes down. So I don't know what he wants to do, pero para sa akin talaga, it's not the end of the road for him. A lot of boxers when they lost, but okay, let's just say na matatalo siya, worst case scenario. I think Nonito Donaire, and I do believe this, he's very witty. I think he can be a commentator. I think so.
Yes. He has been a commentator, by the way.
Yes, he has been a commentator. Yeah. He's very, very witty, and he knows the game. Like a Paulie Malignaggi, Malignaggi, I don't know if he's retired, but he's been fighting at the same time commentating. If he loses, that's okay. If somebody will call him out, that's the reason for him to be hyped up and go back in the ring. But the career is going for the commentator and analysis Because a lot of boxers have been doing that. Roy Jones Jr. have been doing that. Not
Yes.
the most witty guy. Also, Lennox Lewis, not the most witty guy. Nonito Donaire is just, when he
Yeah.
speaks, it's clean. It's good to hear. I've never seen him commentate sa mga sports events like live, but I've seen him commentate on a fight sa podcast nila. And
Yes.
when a fighter commentates, he knows exactly what he's saying, and he's able to articulate what he wants to articulate, strategic wise, what he needs to do, and
Yes.
this and that. So, Showtime, the doors are open. Sayang wala ng HBO eh. Showtime.
Yeah.
Maybe
If he wants it, I'm sure he's gonna
Zone.
get it. And you made up a good idea for Nonito Donaire, but I would rather want him to really, because he said he wants to help after his boxing career, the Filipino boxers, or maybe a promoter in the Philippines, and just hire me as the commentator. Leave that job to me. Self-interest.
Sure.
Let me just let me just get the people on the backstage. Miss these guys, of course. The long hair, Diego Bandido, and this other guy, MJ, Mark. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Flying to be
Bro, gandang gabi sa inyo.
Bigote.
Uy!
The goat.
Mo rin, ha? Papansin ni
Oh
Bro
yeah.
Dick,
Yo. I miss you
Bobby
guys.
said
Thank you for
Boxing
coming
After
in.
Dark. I miss that show.
Yeah.
That show. HBO Boxing itself. Do you guys still remember the music, the theme?
Yes, the
Especially
intro.
the 24/7s.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. And the narration too. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hi, this is Jim Lampley.
Yes. And, sila yung unang open up ng parang 24/7 was the show that actually opened up like a documentary series, weeks before the fight, which is like a movie. The narration is like parang the writers are so good in that ano talaga show. I think they won an Academy Award for that, right?
Yeah.
An
I
Emmy,
don't
yeah.
know why.
Emmy,
You guys
si
know
Liv-
any
ano nga
information
si-
why HBO
Liv Schreiber.
just completely
Si Shit
shut down?
Sabertooth, yeah. Lushira. Yeah, his voice. Grabe.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, Marty, you don't know Diego? Marley mahal kita. He was the resident
yet,
English
ma'am.
speaker
Hindi pa.
before you. So, Diego,
But I
ikaw,
saw I see some of his comments sa mga mga live podcasts and this and that. I don't know a lot of people here, sige
you're
lang,
getting
I'm
to
getting
know.
there. I'm getting
Resident
there. Yes,
resident
I'm getting
dito
there.
dati. Ngayon, he has his own show. He has his own podcast too. But I'm very
Nice,
curious
nice.
about his point of view about Diego. Ikaw
Okay.
muna ha, because I miss you. What can
Miss you too.
a Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, can still achieve in his career? What do you still see?
Nonito Donaire. Sa after the WBSS, ilan na yung napa-retire niya na fighters? Si
Ryan
ang pangalan nito?
Burnett.
Burnett. And then recently ang pangalan nun, the guy from France.
Ubali? No.
Ubali. Yeah, nag-retire na rin.
Yeah,
Tingnan
nagka-injure,
nyo.
no?
Puntahan nyo yung box rec ni Nonito Donaire. Bilangin nyo yung sino yung mga naging last fight nila si Nonito Donaire. He's retired a lot of guys. This guy. Tingnan nyo na lang.
Don't scare Naoya, man. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my goodness, look at
Tingnan
that.
nyo. Mahaba-habang listahan yan.
Mm-mm.
Ang dami nang naparetire ni Nonito Donaire. I mean, this guy, dapat pag natalo niya si Nonito si pangalan nito, Naoya Inoue.
Yun lang,
What
nawala.
happened?
Natang internet. Natalo ng internet si
That was really
si
bad.
Diego.
Sayang.
Yeah.
He's making a lot of sense. By the way, when you look at Nonito's career, guys, have you ever guys wondered why hasn't Nonito reached the level of a Manny Pacquiao? Popularity wise, endorsement wise,
It's hard to answer that question because Pacquiao doesn't follow the rule. He's
No,
a
if-
different guy. But Diego,
Yes.
If
Sir,
Nonito
go ahead. You know,
Donaire,
you're making. Yeah.
if he fights here in the Philippines, that will be Thrilla in Manila Part 2. Sana gawin ni BBM yan. I mean, follow his old man's footsteps.
Oh
Kasi,
Yeah.
can,
yeah,
It's
okay.
gonna
Oh
can
be
you,
yeah.
historical
can,
then. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I hope.
Yes, it's going to be historical.
can you imagine yung ano ni Nonito Donaire, yung endorsement deals, lahat, Jollibee,
Yes. Yes.
whatever, San Miguel.
Yeah.
Think about that, Nonito Donaire. Please. Talunin mo si Naoya Inoue. I
Pwede
mean,
Yes.
talaga.
And if
babaha
that
ng pera yung
happens,
ano.
yeah,
Go
if
ahead.
that happens, there's going to be a trilogy. There's a huge possibility for a trilogy, and then we can demand now come to the Philippines because we've
Pwede.
been going to Japan twice, so we just
Alam mo,
talked
ang
about. Okay, go
maganda
ahead.
lang dyan, nakita ko rin. Kasi naisip ko lang bigla, Marty, you were asking why Nonito Donaire hasn't achieved the same popularity as Manny
As a
Pacquiao.
Manny
Because, of
Pacquiao.
course, sabi ko
Yeah.
na, different si Manny Pacquiao. Pero ngayon, I think mas open na yung mga tao with social media at saka dagdagan lang siguro ni Nonito ang pagbibisaya niya at saka Tagalog. Kasi syempre yung mga fans
Do you really
talaga,
think that's a reason?
I
Because he's
think one of
not.
the reason kasi medyo ano eh,
Because Pacquiao is
mas
more charismatic
makaka-relate
because. Yeah. Okay.
mas makaka-relate sa relatable lang kasi syempre parang American boy na ang tingin nila kay Nonito nung iba yung iba.
That's a possibility, but when he was the first fight talaga that broke the scene for the guy was, the fight with Durchinian.
Yes,
Um,
yes, oo.
And I remember, I think that's Kenito Hinson who actually, siya yung nag-commentate ng fight eh. And I never knew about the guy. I knew Glenn, but not a lot. But after that, he just keeps on defeating a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
Pero he never really became the dude. It was always Manny Pacquiao. Maybe because that was the reason. Because
Manny Pacquiao
was
is
still
the same.
there.
Parang Michael Jordan
Oo.
era,
Oo.
yung mga sina Karl Malone cannot achieve the same level because Michael Jordan is there.
Oo nga.
Yeah, but,
Maybe this is the time. Oh.
Pero amongst Filipino Americans, he was really, really big. I mean, he was. See, Nonito Donaire was Mr. Hollywood.
Oo.
You know.
Yun na
And
nga.
he
Yun yung,
was,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And I
yun
never
yung appeal
met
niya
Nonito.
kasi.
Yes.
Oh.
I want to ask you this, Pow, and Sir Mark then and Sir Maharlika, if you guys met the guy. I've never met Nonito. I can only say, judge him by the character. Going sa live niya and, asking a few questions. He's a very cool dude. Very, very cool dude. But I've heard a lot of talks about him being arrogant and then suplado daw, and I don't know if that's true, but because I've never met the guy, I'm gonna ask you guys, have you met him in person? What's he like in person? You spend time have you guys?
Si Paula.
Si Pao lang.
Yeah.
Pero minsan nakakausap namin si Nonito Donaire.
Yeah.
Via live, nakakausap. Kahit ito sa
Me
show,
too.
kay Bro
Yeah.
Diego, nakakausap namin si
Yeah.
Bro, si Champ Nonito. Hindi naman. Talagang
Yeah,
siya
oo nga eh.
bait naman si Champ. So, yung mga time lang siguro
English
nasasabi
speaking
niya,
kasi kaya sinasabi niyo suplado
Oo.
kasi ganyan minsan eh.
Oo.
yun ang ganon.
And
Pero,
B.
yung ugali niya talagang Pinoy, talagang siya,
And
lalo na
Bisaya.
pag-
Nonito
Yun. Kaya sa
adapted
live
siguro
niya, sa
to the
podcast
American
niya.
Conan din.
Oo.
Yeah. Nagkaroon lang kasi ng issue nung nagkaroon sila ng laban ni Cuadro Alas. Siyempre, bida si Cuadro Alas dito. Siyempre, medyo parang naging naging
Wow.
negative. Pero ako, Marty, I'm very honored that I guess I'm also one of the first vlogger na nakilala mismo ni Nonito Donaire. Ako nga, sobrang saya ko kasi halos lahat ng boxers, brother, I met them all. Met them all,
Wow,
talked to
that's
them,
great.
and then including Nonito Donaire, where I was long hair, pag nagte-training siya dito, I do get invites to cover them. And sobrang happy. He's a good guy.
Kanina din sa baba. Well, pretty much understandable yun, no? Yung feeling ng mga tao as far as what is to happen sa Saitama sa June 7th. What a lot of people has not seen yung ensayo ni Champ Nonito at saka yung supposed sparring nila Champ Nonito at Champ Data, yung practice lang nila. Just to sa feeling ko, kako walang chances si Inoue. It is going to be a different fight from what had happened in Saitama 1, because first of all ang sa kanya, if and if you know, ang magko-coach sa kanya is Rachel.
Mhm.
And it's a completely different mind game na ang ilalaro nila, because they already read how Inoue plays. And if without that game plan that they played in Saitama 1, he was able to inflict 2 damages sa kanya. One was the nose and the other one was the orbital. This time, it's going to be a permanent thing. Na I wouldn't be surprised na iba to ng team ng Japan, yung Tao, pretty much to save yung career ni Naoya, because seek and destroy ang laro ni Champ Nonito on this match.
Oh wow. We were talking
We're gonna have a
about
brawl
the
again.
other way. Nonito Donaire at third and retired. Parang baligtad pala ang mangyayari. Wow.
Yun sa laban niya kay Gabalio, if you read the comments, even just sa yung mga comments ng mga tao sa side na, Gabalio, he's younger, he's got speed, he's gonna win. What happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Not this guy.
Yeah. Kailangan yun because ang niya kasi they are making this because of the age, ganyan, normal fighters na at that age, 39, 40, ang laro nila nagbabago eh. Because why? They like to party, especially here in Vegas. You know, pagkatapos ng laban, party, papanik ng timbang 20, 30 pounds. You know, tapos paglalaban ulit, magpapaklas na naman ng timbang. Yung mga gano'n nakakasakit ng katawan yun eh. Okay? Si Champ nito, pagkatapos niya manalo kay Gabalio, we just had a party after makabalik kami sa Las Vegas. We had that party with Gabalio. We ate dinner with Gabalio. You know, yan. Doon kumain ng mabigat. Pagkatapos nun, back to training. Back to mantini ang timbang na at least 10 pounds over lang siya sa fighting weight niya. So, hindi siya hirap eh. Hindi siya kamukha nila Jerwin ng Kahas, nila Chamtata na nagkakahirap-hirap ibaba ang timbang.
Yeah.
You know, because siya mantini. You know, tapos constantly pa nangyaysayo. You know, so right there. Ako
wow.
Nakikita ko ang laro. Ako sa expectation nito in seeing him make the sparring partner miss sa mga suntok nila is para bang Matrix.
Wow.
You know, apat na hooks na ibinato na nakatayo sa harapan niya yung kasparing partner niya, bumato ng apat na hooks. Pinamiss niya.
Okay.
Pinamiss, tapos siya bala.
Tata Jerry, pina-excite mo naman kami lalo dito.
Jerry,
I mean,
oo nga eh. Meron po, sige, po.
Hindi, gusto magko-comment lang ako, tataasan ko na ba yung talpa ko? Parang sure ball na yata eh.
Kilala mo ko sila kasi Kuya Rupino, hindi ba? Okay.
Yes.
Kuya Rupino, $15,000 US.
Oh my goodness. What the heck? Oh my goodness.
Pero ang sinasabi ko dyan, doon sa 15 na yun, 10% sa akin. Kasi
ito yung mga insight na dapat nating nalalaman. Kasi yung pala yung insight. Yung meron.
Ginano ko bro, pag ako tumaya, bababa ang ads ko. See? Kaya kailangan mauna muna ako tumaya. Pag nakataya na ako, magtaya na kayo. Kasi sa 380. Okay.
Actually, here's my question, Sir Jerry. You know, I've made a content about this. I don't know if you heard yung same na sinabi mo, like what I was saying, disiplinado, and he has a mindset. Meron pa siyang gustong i-achieve. I still remember the last time I met him here in the Philippines. Sabi niya, gusto ko mag-undisputed, and he's still trying to do that, no? And I have no question about the power, you know. And this the same question I asked Rachel, because pag tumama si Nonito, may kalalagyan itong si Naoya. Ang tanong, sabi din ni Jersky, and this is why I'm reminded, if Nonito can take the punch of Inoue, this time maybe malaking chance niya. So, how is Nonito Donaire in reference to receiving punches, especially the body shot? Is there any comments on that one coming from you? Paano ba ito pinapalakas? Paano bang dito ngayon? Anong opinion niyo?
Ang liver shot, bro. Ang liver shot, there is no such thing as mapapalakas mo eh. Because it is not a muscle.
I agree.
It's the penetration of the punch going in to hit the liver. Okay? So, okay, he's done his setup. Walang problema yun. But ang kailangan is here. Kailangan mai-perform mo sa mind mo. Pag nag-dip yung fighter to throw the snake punch underneath, similar to what he did with Gabalio, kailangan put something there to block that punch. See, because you know kung napanood niyo yung laban nila sa Saitama, there were so many times that tinira siya doon ni Inoue, and he was able to block it. But if you see that last punch that got in, blinak niya ng elbow niya pero lumusot sa ilalim ng elbow. Kaya naka-effect. Pero ngayon, ang question niyan is he going to get that chance to throw that punch? Because sabi siya, pag tinamaan na naman ang left or even the right, tamaan na naman yung orbital niya, may lamat yun eh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
Scar tissue.
So, sabi ko kay Nonito, kailangan tirahin niya sa akin para maging even.
Nakabila pa.
Oo.
Okay. Sabi ko, doon na lang tirahin doon sa siraan na eh. Pero patakot ako.
Pero-
Nangoya
Sir Jerry,
Yun ang ano
natutukan
namin, yun ang ano namin na pag Inoue gets to the point na talagang barog ang mukha niyan, isusuko yan ng ano nila.
Ang corner.
Yun,
stopping.
it wasn't like before.
mga anong round? Mga anong round, sir?
Lista na.
TKO in what round?
Ang taya ko is to win. Wala pa lumalabas
Okay.
dito kasi ng proposition eh. Okay? So win-lose lang. Tumaya ko sa win.
Wala pang
Hindi, tsaka pero sa odds talaga dihado si so maganda ang panalo natin dito.
Oo,
Maganda.
maganda.
Sa taya ko, ang kabig ko yan pag nanalo ko is almost 200,000 US.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Psychologically,
That's
I
a
don't
lot
think
of money.
I
Okay,
think nasa edge si Nonito Donaire psychologically ha kasi
Yes.
pinatamaan ni Naoya Inoue si Donaire sa ulo, hindi man lang bumagsak. Nonito took his best
exactly.
punches. I don't
Yes.
think he'll be as confident coming in. So I think he will focus on the body. So
Well, he could. But the thing is, when he
Because that
focuses
is
on the body, that hands goes down, his
Yes.
face is open.
mhm.
Okay? Tapos masisindak pa siya pag nakita niya na ang suit ni Nonito everlast.
Yeah. Sure ball na yan, di ba? 6 daw ang dala niyong pares eh.
Ako, may dalawa ako nandito sa bag ko. Si Rachel may dalawang set din sa bag niya.
4 lang. Sabi kasi, para
Sige,
sigurado daw eh.
Yeah, walang
Pwede ba
December.
pwede ba ipadala sa Cebu yung yung tira?
Nako. Oy, sabi ko kay Ma'am Rachel kung baka sakaling yung ma-reach out ko yung promoter, mag-apply ako ng accreditation. Kung maluwag, I'm trying eh. Hindi ko pa nakarinig kay Rachel eh. Sabi ko punta akong Japan.
Accreditation for
Media. Pag na-accredit ako ng media, ako na bahala mag-asikaso ng lahat para makapunta doon. Siyempre, sure ball muna, dapat makapasok ako sa loob.
Are we talking about
Sa Japan.
Well,
Coverage.
that's the question because ang Japan right now is only open to business.
Yun na nga eh.
Right? So, yun ang natin. Kung makakapunta ka ron at papapasukin ka, it shouldn't be any problem. Pero yun ang unang problema natin is because kamukha nung may dala kaming si Jessie Vargas at saka si Jelena Merdenovic kasama sana namin. Alam ko si Jessie Vargas na asikaso niya papeles niya para makapunta. Si Jelena medyo nahihirapan kasi galing siya sa Canada eh. Ang pupuntahan niyang embassy, Japanese embassy, yun nando sa Canada. Medyo mahirap-hirap ng konti. Sabi ko, asikasuhin mo ka ako if you wanna go. You know? Yun ang gimmick. Pagkatapos nun, pagkatapos ng laban, takbo kami sa Pilipinas. Kasama
Yun, pupunta rin pala sa Pilipinas. Good.
Ay, sinabi ko ba yun?
Kasi sabi ni Ma'am Rachel, diretso na daw sa diretso na daw. The last time kasi, nung naglabang kay Inoue, nag-training pa sila sa UFC gym sa Alabang. I was there.
Yes.
So,
Tapos bumalik kami. Bumalik kami Pilipinas. Kita sa laban.
hindi na ako kasi usually sa training lang ako, sa boxing lang ako nakaka-connect. But very happy to know na after the fight, victory party sa Pilipinas. Yan.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Mark, may tanong ka ba? Kanina ka pa namin nasisingitan eh.
Yeah, actually kasi Sir Jerry, last Saturday, pa-interview kami kay KJ Cataraha. Natanong namin siya, one of the sparring mates kasi siya ni Inoue. Tinanong namin siya, may pagkakaiba ba? Something on the past fight nyo kaya yung training na kasama mo siya. Sagot niya, matindi daw yung yung mas parang napansin niya, nahigitan daw ni, parang mas nagdagdag pa sila ng training, nung training. Sa kampo po ngayon ni Nito po, meron po bang nadagdag or same scenarios, konting adjustment na po sa fight po na to?
Actually, kay Chap Nonito, the big adjustment is yung trainer niya, yung coach niya, which is Rachel.
Yes.
Okay? Because there will be no mistakes sa sa game plan eh. Because yung laban nila before, nandun nga, as I said, yung tatay niya ni Nonito at saka si Kenny Adams, dalawa ang coach, dalawa ang nagsasalita, isa Tagalog, isa Bisaya, English, Bisaya, Tagalog. So, nagkakagulo na ito sa laban, dalawa magbibigay ng instruction, anong susundin niya? Di ba? Yun ang,
Kasi with the training camp din yun, Sir Jerry, nagkaka-conflict din pa ng training camp. Kung kagaya ng nabang...
Hindi. Kasi, nung ang gimmick noon, nag-training si Nonito. During the training camp, nag-training siya kay Kenny Adams. Ang problema, nandito sa Vegas si Kenny. Yung pumunta kami sa Pilipinas na maaga, dinala niya yung tatay niya kasi walang mag-meet sa kanya. Paddles. So, dinala niya tatay niya. So, nag-training sila ng tatay niya. Pati sa Japan, nag-training sila ng tatay niya. Pero kako, pag nasa hindi mo masasabi ko sa tatay mo, kung magsasalita yung si Kenny Adams o vice versa. Hindi, pareho sila nagsasalita eh. Kasi, kaya nung laban na yon, bago pa lang pumunta sa Japan, tumalpak na ako 5,000. Pagkalam ko, magko-coach si Rachel. Hindi ko nalaman yun, gano'n pala mangyayari. Kasi, kaya nung nandun ako, kala ko ba ringside ka? Ringside, nakaupo doon sa sa audience, hindi siya nasa ring mismo. Nung a fight previous to that, yung kay Hernandez na laban sa Texas, si Rachel na nag-coach kanya.
Tsaka si Puzzles nandun po sa corner, kung I'm not mistaken. Si Mike nandun din po, no?
Pero sa
si Mike Basil, he's forever been the catman. Siya the catman kay Nonito for the longest time.
So who's gonna be the three-team corner during the fight dito sa Japan?
Dito
Rachel,
sa Japan, Mike Basil, si Rachel, at saka si Tony Diaz.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yung MMA coach na boxing MMA coach.
Yeah.
Tony Diaz.
Yeah.
Interesting yung si Jerry kasi kagaya ng sabi natin, di ba, hindi na suot ni champion yung kanyang gloves. So right now, sabi nyo nga nung nakausap kay Huli, doon kay Mandirigma 80 channel, ilang gloves nga po yung dadalhin nyo? 4 ba yun o 5?
4, kala ko nga 6 eh. 4, oo. Pero
Sigurado.
ano na yun?
Pag sinobrahan daw kami ng Everlast, sabi ng Everlast, chargean kami ng extra.
Ay, grabe naman. Sa huli na lang pag hindi nagamit.
Yun nga yung mangyayari, pamimigay eh. Hindi, bigyan nyo lang sa amin yung kailangan namin. Okay, sabi, bigyan nyo kami na 4.
Yeah, okay. Pero ano naman, nakausap nyo na yung promoter that you will use an Everlast gloves. At least there is
it's always been Everlast.
Yeah, I know it's always been Everlast except for that fight though, it didn't happen.
Ang gimmick pa na gahatap yun, hand-carried ko sa aeroplano. Okay? Nung pagdating namin doon, hingi sa akin, inabot nila sa commissioner. Tapos nung try ni Nonito yung gloves, pagpasok ng kamay niya, maluwag sa loob. Nung binuksan, kinuha na nila na picture, pinadala sa Everlast eh. Ako, sira sa loob. Sabi lang, this is the first time nangyari yan.
Okay.
Dalawa pa ha. Dalawang pares sira.
Wow, that's a coincidence.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a coincidence.
Did they know that Nonito's gonna be using those gloves?
Yes, kasi dala mo yun, ibibigay mo sa commission. I mean, doon sa fight niyan talagang lahat, if anything was gonna go wrong, everything went wrong. 10 minutes bago siya lumabas from the pumasok yung Japanese commission. Sabi nga hindi daw niya pwedeng isuot yung Under Armour na leggings niya.
Pati yun. Do you think...
Pumasok din yung German commission. kasi part ng WBSS eh. Oh man, away sila doon sa loob ng locker room. Finally, sinabi ni Rachel, ito ni okay, sige. Yun ang decision niya, hindi kami lalaban. Kayong bahala mag-asikaso doon sa mga tao nyo sa luwas. Hindi kami lalaban. Kami lalabas. Nag-bend sila. Okay, sige, pwede. Pero nagawa na yung mind play nila. Di ba?
Yes. Yeah.
Nasira na yung So sabi ko kay Rachel, okay, alam na natin nangyari yan before. This time, if they try it again, ako nasa labas ng door, hindi ko papapasukin yan. Sagutin niyo ako. Basta, i-questioning ko ang commission, hindi ko papapasukin yan. Pag may problema, sagutin niyo ako. Okay. Then, ang problema.
Question on this one, on this statement lang, of course, ito parang sa tingin ng iba, parang simpleng bagay, gloves lang yan. But how big of a deal is this para sa boxer? Why? Kasi sa mga fans, nagtatanong, okay na naman, gloves lang naman yan eh. Tsaka yung leggings lang naman yan eh. What's the effect? Pwede ba itong magbago ng resulta ng laban kung iba yung gamit coming from you? Go ahead.
Hindi nga, kamukha nga nun eh. Yung leggings, for example, 10 minutes bago siya lumabas. Okay, mo ko questionin na hindi pwede. He's been fighting with that thing since Under Armour went out with leggings like that. He's been fighting with that on. Nobody's questioning. Ilang beses na siya lumaban sa WBSS. Nobody questioned. Ngayon nila questioning. Okay, tapos magbe-bend din pala. Right? Gloves. Okay? With the gloves na suot niya, which was winning, he was able to crack yung orbital at saka split dito. Split dito ang winning malambot. Kung yan, Everlast, wasak yung mukha ni Inoue. Wasak.
Do you think they will try it again? Yung pilitin kayo na winning or paggamit sa winning?
No.
At least they will try. Do you think they will?
Hindi nila pinilit eh. Ang nangyari doon, since dalawa ang glove, sira pareho. Sabi niya, well, what are you gonna wear? Inoue, he's got one set over there that he's not gonna use. You wanna wear that? Ganun ang nangyari. Pero ngayon, ganun ang nangyari.
So those are Inoue's spare gloves that he used.
I didn't hear that.
Those were Inoue's spare gloves that Nonito used during the fight.
He's supposed to give 2 sets eh.
What?
There you go, 2 sets. Yeah. Bago naman it's not a problem. Pero hindi maluwag sa kamay ni Nito eh. Pag sinirado niya ang fist niya, todo solid. May laro. Pero ang Everlast, pag sunod niya talaga naka-forma, knuckles. Kaya kita mo yung suntok niya kay Montiel.
Yeah.
Bawo niya yung sentido rito eh.
Yeah. Nanginig si Montiel.
The knuckle penetrated. Pasok sa rito.
Sir Jerry, may tanong lang ako. Halimbawa, manalo si Champ Nonito, this fight kay Naoya Inoue, mayroong rematch clause?
I will expect so. I'm confident to say yes. Malaking yan. Pero, okay. Kung, ang expectation ko din isusuko nila ang laban pag nababarog na ng gusto si Inoue. Ako na nangyari
sa Pilipinas na sponsor ni Bongbong, kagaya Trilla Manila to Marcos sa mag-sponsor.
Yeah, pero yung Trilla Manila, hawak na yun eh. Meron
patented.
Hindi natin pwedeng
I think Rachel said
now. Road to
Rachel?
Kinausap na bago pa lang nanalo si BBM, yung isa sa mga bata niya tumawag sa akin. Natawag, but messenger. Ni-messenger ako. Sir, pakilala siya. Okay. Kung paano daw nila makakausap si Champ para ilakad sa Pilipinas. Sabi
rematch class pala.
Ako. Hawak na niya ang 3 belts pag naging road to undisputed at sa Pilipinas yung nilakad. Lalo na kung si Champ Tata makakalaban niya, magandang yan. magandang bilya.
Sayang talaga yung
Sir Pao.
opportunity na yan. Sayang eh. Parang malabo na yung champ data for now eh. Pero no rematch clause. Nag-comment si Beyond the Ring.
Sabi mo malabo, hindi.
Eh wala siyang belt eh. Paano yun? Mag-iintay.
Sa mandatory.
Ha?
Mandatory, walang kalaban bang ngayon si
Si Paul Butler ulit.
wala sa kalaban niya eh.
Ayan.
Mandatory. Pag sinabi niya, WBO, labanan mo. Sabi ni Butler, ayaw niya labanan sa Tata. Fuck you, you're gonna lose your belt if you don't fight him.
Oo, straight.
Okay.
Straight.
Pwede pa pala. Magkakaaway-away na naman lahat ng buong Pilipinas pag nangyari yan.
Whatever, right? Pero
It's gonna be fun.
Yun.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah.
maglaban muna si Butler at saka si Champ Tata. Tapos siyempre mga 3, 4, 5 months after yung laban na yun, maglalaban yung for undisputed. Kaya ang mangyayari yan, ang game plan niya kay Nito, talunin niya si Inoue. Pagkatapos, habang waiting for the undisputed, lalabanan siya sa 115. Lalaban sa 115. Get that belt, relinquish it, go back 118, go for the undisputed.
Okay.
Yung
Wow.
pala
Tinarget na, may
yun.
platform na talaga.
Medyo nagkamali lang ako ng konti. Inuna ko kasi yung undisputed bago yung 115. Pwede pala yung
Pala yun.
115, balik ka ulit
Yeah.
sa 118.
Right. Kaya pasok muna sa bakit sa uupo ng waiting for the undisputed? Kasi mauna yan silang dalawa ni Butler maglaban ni Champ Tata. Mamandate yan ng WBO sooner
That
the
will be
better.
very interesting.
Ah.
Yeah, but that would be very interesting ito kay Butler. Parang feeling ko, ang feeling ko hindi niya pagbibigyan si Casimero kasi parang na-trauma na yata siya eh. So pag ganun, di wala siya magagawa. Sumunod siya sa WBO, siya naman ang bibigyan ng ultimatum.
Yeah, siya naman yung may ultimatum sa WBO. Fight him or you lose the belt.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go Jay Hollywood, what's up? Go.
Would you ask, how you going, Sir Jerry? So, if the Butler and Casimiro don't happen, would Noniro wins with Ione? Would he go for the undisputed then?
Of course. That's the plan. Right? Now, it would be a better fight between Sam Nonito
kasi po kanina sinabi po may rematch clause kayo eh.
Wala daw. Sabi ni sabi ni Beyond the Ring, wala daw eh.
There is or there isn't. When it happens, okay, Nonito beats Inoue. He will exercise his rematch clause.
Yes.
But it doesn't happen like next week. You know, probably 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It depends. You know, when
Depends.
No. Ang question ko po, Sir Jerry, because I don't know the situation, pero can you do the rematch clause like lalaban ka muna kay, like he can pick to fight Butler and then do the rematch clause later on? Or does he have to do the rematch clause kaagad?
Well, pag naipasok na nila rematch clause, then hold muna yung kay Butler or anybody for that matter because itataya mo yung belt eh. And what if some fluke?
Yeah,
Now
makes
it's out
sense.
of the belt, right? So yun ang that's why when you lose, you have to declare when you want that rematch clause exercised because of that issue. Lumabin yung isa sa ibang kalaban at tatalo, wala na yung mo.
Yeah, I guess I'm sorry. I guess the best question is, if Nonito wins the fight, would he want the rematch just to have the third fight? You know, because I'm thinking, like, I'm imagining after the fight if Nonito wins, during the interview, Inoue is gonna say, okay, I want a rematch. I want a rematch.
It depends on how he lost. Pag dinugo yan, wala nang rematch. Kung nabugbog yan, wala na.
There's still because they're even now. They're even. You know, it's just 1-1.
Yeah, they're even as far as I'm concerned, but the physical effect on Inoue is greater, even up until now. even on the now.
I
That broken orbital, that broken nose,
Yeah.
is gonna haunt him.
Ma'am Rachel.
Rachel
Wait.
is here.
Hi, ma'am.
Morning.
Rachel,
Ma'am.
you might wanna elaborate on the no rematch clause you post.
There's no rematch clause. So what that means is they fight, the winner wins. What's good about a no rematch clause is that we don't get stuck into fighting Inoue again. If Nonito's whole point is to become undisputed. It's not to rematch this guy or rematch the WBO champion at the end or whatever. It's to get the win, move on. What's also good about that is when you're at this point, Paul Butler. But if you, especially with the rematch clause, if you see how purses go with trilogies, it's double, triple, quadruple the next time. So it's better for negotiations too, because when you do a rematch clause, you start to go, okay, well, loser gets this, winner gets this. There's no negotiation besides the fact of what the gate was and what the TV and sponsorships were. So from a negotiation standpoint, it's actually better not to have a rematch clause.
Okay.
There you go.
I only have
Okay.
10 minutes, Pow.
Yeah, I already asked everything. I was just gonna follow up on the update on the the accreditation for the media for
I
Japan.
asked them.
Al
They
really
said
wants to
they're
go.
going to check because there was something about they said something about the Philippines. They needed to see if it was a hot zone or not. I don't know.
Ah, shucks. It will be
Is it
for
a
sure.
hot
It's the
zone right now? I
Philippines.
don't. You guys haven't even been talking about COVID. You've been talking about the election, so I don't. I think
Well,
everyone
that's
forgot
why
about COVID.
it's after the election. It's gonna come now because election heals the COVID, right?
Yeah.
No COVID during during
Yeah, I think
campaign.
it. Yeah, for sure, it healed it when we had the election. So yeah.
Okay.
But there was someone in there that in the chat that was asking about the suit Nonito was wearing. Nonito wasn't wearing the a weighted vest. A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, he looks slow," because he looks slow with that vest on. That vest actually is an EMS suit. So an EMS suit is if you think about like Bruce Lee, when Bruce Lee was he put pads on his chest and then his chest would twitch. Do you remember those things? They'd contract your muscles.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bruce Lee had it on his chest and then he would move it to his arms. Then he'd move it wherever else, right? His stomach. There's a lot of people that use it on their stomach. This is a full suit. So he's shadow boxing with his muscle being contracted and pulsating the entire time. So that's why it looks slower because of the fact that like basically it's having you contract and then you're trying to punch against the contractions. So, but no one has it. He's the only one in the world that has it right now. It's FDA approved. It was made in Germany for the soccer players. And I tried it. Jelena tried it. It was pretty much 20 minutes straight and we were all dripping sweat. And then after that, Nonito said he wanted one, so they just gave him one for camp.
Okay. There you go. You have a few more minutes, guys. I'll let you ask Rachel if you have any questions.
Ma'am Rachel, can I ask a question, please? About, because I've always wanted to know this, like, all these years, how does Nonito, because he's not a big unit, but how does he keep that weight, like, how does he sorry, go ahead.
He's not that big of a, I mean, you can ask Pow. Like, he's a skinny guy. Like, his structure is not that big, So, of course, we keep him away from lifting heavy weights that are slow twitch muscles. He doesn't grow really exponentially big. I think the worst was when, of course, he was at 112. He would go all the way up to 147, 150 after fights because he was eating so much. But now, like yesterday, we went to go eat Japanese at a steakhouse. He ate steak, but he didn't eat, like the rice. So he's just been doing better food choices. And then even if he's not fighting, even if he doesn't have a fight, he's still training, whether it's running or he doesn't run. But it's something in the gym that he's still utilizing his body, so it's creating, the metabolism to keep going, instead of, bloating up to like 150. I haven't seen him at 150 for the longest time.
Wow. Okay.
Even
Rachel,
140 is pretty difficult.
okay. I get my only question, my last question. I know you have to go. You have training. Our topic today is what else can Nonito Donaire do in his career, can achieve. Of course, we talked about the undisputed. And in the past, when I interviewed Nonito in the Philippines, that's what he wanted. He's been saying that. But from your perspective, okay, do you think if you beat Naoya Inoue, that is the, because I've said this earlier, that is the hardest fight, and then the rest will be easy. It will be easier to beat Paul Butler, to get the 115, and from the undisputed to the 115 champion is visibly what we think that he can still achieve. But is there anything else that I don't know that you still want to achieve in boxing or Nonito?
No, those are the main two. I think you're right about, the Inoue fight, but I don't want to also overlook someone like Chocolatito in the 115, right? He's a veteran as well, future Hall of Famer, very slick, very sturdy. It's interesting to see what's going on in the 115s right now. Rong Basai is fighting soon. He's fighting Bam Rodriguez. So that's another one, right? So, I mean, between those two, those are really the two he wants to do. He's been to 122 before. We've talked about going up against Fulton. But that one, he's been to 122. He has that championship. It would just be for fun if that's what he wanted to do.
Okay. The follow-up, in 115, there's two Filipinos that's scheduled to fight for the belt. So, Angkajas scheduled to rematch Martinez, and Nietes ordered to fight Ayoka. Is the Nonito still open to fight the Filipino, or is it possible to fight Jerwin Angkajas, knowing is it with MP, and then Nietes with the Probellum? Is that something?
I think, there's 4 belts. We just want to go after one of them and touch it. If we can avoid taking out one of our own champions in that process, we will. We have to see how those fights play out anyway. And then, like I said, there's 4, so we might as well go after the other 2. Like I said, Chocolatito is a legendary fight between the 2 of them. They're both future Hall of Famers, so
Yeah.
it would be a good, interesting match. I know my girlfriend Jelena doesn't want it because Jelena loves, she's friends with both of them. So, but at the same time, Chocolatitos would Tekken, which is, who we're dealing with right now with Inoue. And, Tekken has always been very hospitable to us. They've always taken care of us. All the stuff that happened in Japan wasn't them. It was, I don't know, someone else, like the leggings my dad was saying. That's not going to happen this time.
How about the idea,
the gloves,
Ma'am Rachel? How about the idea, Ma'am Rachel, Championito versus Juan Francisco Estrada, 150?
That's possible too. We've tried to trace Estrada before though, and their people weren't so keen in fighting Nonito. Of course, they said it has to be for big money because they don't know if Estrada's going to come out of that fight. So, like I said, I think Chocolatito's easier because it's Tekken, and Tekken's just an easier promoter to deal with. They're not, like when Mr. Honda says we're going to fight, you don't have to, even if contracts take a while to get, you can believe Mr. Honda when he says the contract coming, I just have to do this, or that, or when I come back from the U.S. He'll stick to his word. So that's kind of the reason why I like dealing with Mr. Honda.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel. Any last word? Ang dami ng tanong.
Hopefully Sir Pao, Ma'am Rachel, Sir Jerry, kung sakali, kung magtagumpay si Champ, tapos yung plano na yun, Nonito Donaire with Chocolatito, at make it happen sa Pilipinas. No? Ganda, no?
That would be good. You know, I mean, I think bringing the fights back to the Philippines. I know the Cebu fight was very memorable for him. You know,
I remember Salt Bidak fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was really memorable for him. You know, that outdoor stadium.
20,000.
So, yeah,
20,000 dun eh.
something like that. I have the video footage, the drone footage we have of that somewhere in the hard drives. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing, you know, to be able to bring back tourism to the Philippines, especially after COVID, would be such a huge thing for Philippine boxing. And I think, you know, a lot of these networks had fallen off with boxing, like showing them on, you know, Prime TV. And I think we need to bring that back.
Okay.
Okay, 60
Silence.
seconds.
I have nothing else to say.
Me too. Yeah.
Maybe you can just share whatever last words you wanted to say.
Okay, yeah. So we're leaving soon. Nonito is sparring 10 today, I think 12 tomorrow, 12 on Friday. And then we have 2 more while we're in Japan. We have a Japanese, one of the 2 of the Japanese fighters that we're sparring. One of them should be Akaho, a 122 pounder, and the second one I'm not sure. But yeah, we're really excited. You know, kind of nervous about packing because, you know, with my dad coming this time, that means if we forget anything, we're kind of screwed. But Tony's coming, I think, a week later. It's different when you go to a different country, you know, like when we go to LA, we're like, okay, whatever we forget, we're not far, or we could just go to Walmart and buy it or whatever. But when you go to a different country, and you forget something essential, like it's a lot harder. So we have COVID tests we have to take on Thursday. And then we have to take another test when we get there. And wait at the airport for 3 hours, from what I understood. You take a test and you have to wait until the test comes back. So really interesting landscape because we haven't done COVID tests like that for a while. But you know, we've game planned, we've sparred, we've done everything that we could for Nonito to be in his best shape. There has not been any COVID this camp. There's not going to be any COVID this camp.
Please don't.
Saying that now. Yeah, I'm saying that now. I'm putting it out there in the universe. We will not get COVID this camp. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we'll be probably most likely in and out of any our interviews. I think he said this week is the last week for interviews, and then he's done. He has actually not been giving any interviews at all. And the gym's been completely closed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the fight. It's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Based from what we're hearing.
Yeah. Even just before the weigh-ins is going to be really exciting. The weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Is there going to be an open workout before the fight?
Wait, sabi nyo kasi last question na kayo, tapos ngayon nagtatanong kayo
No, it's just.
I don't know if there's going to be a media workout. I haven't seen anything really. I think they're trying to really keep the boxers away from anybody because, you know, main card event, the last thing they want is someone to get COVID the week of the fight, right? So I haven't seen my schedule be packed like it usually is during fight week. So I don't expect very much because they're really strict in Japan.
Sure. I'm sure there will be a virtual media conference. Please include me in the virtual media so that there will be Filipino representations there. But I just wanted to say good luck. We wish you all the best from all of the Filipino boxing fans coming from Powcast Sports. I really do hope that he wins this one. I think if he wins this one, he takes you know, you said you don't want to look past anyone, but I do feel once he take on Naoya Inoue and he wins this one, sky's the limit. He can be undisputed. He can be 115, and you know all those things. So President, maybe skip on the presidency. Maybe skip on that. Maybe
We're not doing
you
that.
just create an album that's better. Create a music album, but no politics if possible.
Yeah. Sounds
Maybe when he
good.
gets really older.
You're not,
Here's
no
what
politics.
I wanted to say. I do want. I mean, Marty said here that he Nonito can be a commentator. I mean, that's for sure. I do want, because you mentioned before you want to help Filipino boxing. Maybe you can really try promoting on the local level. There's no money here, but the impact for the Filipino boxing community, and if you can bring local boxing to the TV, that'll be really great. That's what
Yeah, I
was
think
really hoping.
Richard was planning on going back to the Philippines with us. So I got to talk to him and see if that's still the plan, that he's going to come with us, because I know he wanted to stop there and work on, like I said, the promoters. He wanted to hook up with a local promoter, a local trusted promoter,
Okay.
and then give them the
Recommended for
budgeting
that
to be
trusted.
able to put on good fights, right?
Yeah.
Help support them financially, and then be able to stream it worldwide on their Prebellum website. So I'll talk to Richard. I'm sure I'll talk to Richard before we leave. So I'll ask him if that plan is still going through, to go if he still wants to go to the Philippines after. I gotta go. The kids have school. Dad, I'm picking you up 10:45, 11. Sugar's gonna be there too, so it's gonna be a fun little sparring.
All right.
Okay. Hey, do you know anything
See
about
you.
the broadcast of the fight, Philippines and States?